All right, what's up, y'all? AWB, I'm here, back again, getting ready to check out some videos with y'all. And like y'all see, the title of this stream is "Why Not Just Do the Right Thing." That's what I'm always thinking when I watch these videos, or I'm in a situation where all it took was somebody to do the right thing versus what they feel was. It's a difference between doing the right thing and going based off of what you feel is right. In a lot of situations, people are going based off of what they feel is right versus actually doing what's right. And really, they're not doing what they think is right. They're just doing what they want to do versus, what they should be doing, I say. And I mean that as far as when you go into a public building and you're exercising your rights. The right thing to do would be to first figure out if what you're doing is right or wrong. So if they realize that what you're doing isn't wrong, but they don't like it, they don't do the right thing and just continue to go about their day and just do their jobs, basically doing the right thing. They decide that they don't like it, so they're going to try to they're going to try to violate you because they don't like what you're doing. So I say, but when they are planning on violating you, I don't think that they believe that they're doing the right thing. I believe that they only think that they're just going based off what they want to do, or what they feel, uh, what they're feeling at the moment versus what is actually right. Same with police officers that show up to the scene, do no investigation, no nothing, and just go based off of what they want to do versus doing what the right thing to do. When a lot of times when they arrive to situations where, say, it's somebody out there recording in a public building, city hall, government center, whatever it may be, so a place that's open to the public, they show up there knowing that if you're in public. Cops know that they're not supposed to really bother you unless you're actually committing a crime. I believe most of them know that, but they have been so caught up in their ego and doing the wrong thing for so long that they now believe that the wrong thing is the right thing to do. But truly, I don't think that they believe that. I think that they know, they just at that point are doing what they want versus doing what is right. I don't believe, I think that they stop caring about right and wrong and just act on what they believe, or they just act based on what they want. So basically they act simply on their emotions versus, you know, being lawful or anything like that. Anything that has to do with their actual job title, it's like they reject their actual job and just start doing what they want. What's up, Lou? What's up, Missouri? Yeah. So yeah, people need to relax and be more informed. And that's the thing about it. It's not only that they're not only do they not do the right thing or they do the wrong thing, they also, and when I'm saying they, I'm talking about public officials, uh, in the course of doing their duties. Uh, they are acting as if they are the boss, or they are the authority over people or things that they have no power over. I I don't understand how people can get in a certain position and now they have basically tricked themselves into believing that they have some sort of authority over another human being just because they're in a position that, even in the positions don't even be a position that would even make somebody think they have authority. Like when you go to these public buildings and and you had the maintenance guy come up to you, telling you what you should and shouldn't do, is absolutely insane. I don't know how you can even feel comfortable approaching somebody like that. Uh, I find that absolutely amazing that people, that the maintenance person would feel like they have the authority to tell somebody what they should or shouldn't do in the building when it's not their building. That, and I still don't talk down on people's position or whatever job they're doing. I don't talk down on people like that. And I noticed that the people who would like who talk down on me, not knowing, anything about my life, there's, oh, go get a job, do this and that, not knowing what I do at all. They just see a video and I know, and jump into some crazy uh fictional story that they have in their mind about who I am as a person or whatever. But they'll do that. And those are the same people who I believe that would talk down on somebody in a lesser position than them, you know. Hey, Brady, what's up? Doing good, doing good. Ray Nomadic says I was going to get into this auditing as well. My channel name will be called Auditing While White. I actually think that's a good idea. I think you should do that. I would show the cops don't care about skin color and would attack a person anyway. Exactly. So Ray, go ahead and do that. That would be a good thing. I don't know why other people don't do it. People think, oh, I'd be against name your channel audio. Wow. I'm Go ahead. I would actually subscribe to that channel just because of the name, because I would want to see the results of it. Yeah, see, you say you like the channel, you just don't like the channel name, makes people get the wrong idea about you. No, it gets people interested and wanting to check out and see what's going on. If you already have the wrong idea, that's bad from the jump, because you're jumping to conclusions uh before you ever even seen what was going on. If you are making decisions like that, that's not good in life, period. You To be that type of person, it's not good, period. You definitely want to, you never want to jump to conclusions before you know anything, just based off, you know something didn't, just because you don't like the name of something. The channel name thing was a joke, but cops attack everyone. See, why joke about that? Why not just actually make a channel called Auditing While White and show the results of it, to prove that it happens to everybody the same way? I don't understand why people don't just do that. I named the channel Auditing While Black for, not it. It's not even the reason that people usually just assume automatically. Um, that's why people get the wrong impression. But if you get the wrong impression, that's saying that you don't do critical thinking. So you got to do critical thinking and say, okay, well, outside of this news title, this the title of this video, or the title of, or whatever name this person is using, what is the comment about? What is the real message here, or what is the real meat and potatoes of this? You know, you I think people got to, look into things a little bit deeper than just trying to, check things out on the surface level. Yeah. So one of the reasons that that Auditing While Black, I named the channel that, for one of the big things is that it's a play on every other thing doing While Black, which is a real thing. You can be driving while black, walking down the street while black. You can do a lot of things while being in while having brown skin, that draws attention, uh that having a lighter skin, or a skin with less melanin in it, it won't draw the same attention if you're doing the same thing like walking in the parking lot at nighttime, uh, wearing all black. But let me say, police are already trained to look at dark skin and minorities as criminals. They're already trained for that. So anything that you do being a minority or having darker skin, you already have heightened attention on you. And if you don't know that, then you're just not looking at reality, or you're trying to ignore it. But that's the reality of what of that's the reality. But Auditing While Black is also um it is a play on being the black sheep, or the standout, the standout person, or when they say you're being blackballed, that people always use black to uh, as something, as an outcast or whatever. Y'all get what I'm saying. Um, it's used in that way. So I decided, well, I'm going to use it since you know the person you can be white and still be auditing while black, because now that you are exercising your rights, you are now the black person. Like you're already the outcast, the standout of everything else. It's like, you know, if that makes sense. Boys, MGM, what's up? What's up? Gma, what's up? Jim Dennis, what's up? Yeah. But Ray, I'm glad you actually decided to dig deeper, and so you were able to make a proper decision, not just one based on uh really, I'm gonna say, some BS that don't really even matter. Too much drama here. I don't like it at hospital again and gets heart valve today. Gma, I wish your dad the best. That's tough. All we can do is pray and do our best to be there for our family. That's a big deal. Why everybody off balance about it without asking questions first. Exactly. And I feel like because people get triggered for, it's just a triggering thing. Like anytime you bring up race or you say anything about it, it triggers people. So one of the things I do when when I'm in an environment where it's only one of me and like a whole bunch of other people, and everybody staring at me in the situation, or I can feel the tension in the area, or like in the elevator, in the room, out somewhere, whatever. Whenever you're around a group of people, and it seems like you can feel it. I don't see this thing about it. Only people who have experienced this can really speak on it. But it's a certain feeling that you get, or you just know, it's just the tension you can feel, or the energy you can feel when it's you and a group of other people who are not like you, or they perceive you to be different from them. So in that situation, you know I would do something like, oh, what happened, you don't like black people? And everybody would get, this is what happens. And it's funny to see the different reactions when this happens. It's either everybody's every like you get some people that laugh, then you get some people who get even more tense, and like they don't know what to do. They think you're about to get mad, or it just triggers them to even hear that. Like they say, "Oh no, that's not it," blah 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 blah, and it's just it's weird. It's weird that it happens, but this is this is this is something that I use because I know it's effective in getting people to basically loosen up and relax around me and not be so tense because you've addressed the thought that everybody's having. This person has a different skin color or whatever. I don't know what it is, but it's when you address it, okay, now everybody's able to connect and say, no, it's not like that. I just didn't, it opens the floor to people starting to communicate and, you know, just be more open with each other. It works a lot. Or let me see. When someone is when someone is in the black, when when it comes to money on stock market, it's a good thing. Anything else, they are afraid of. Yeah, Jim. That's why I'm. Yeah, in the stock market, in the black is good or with money, but everything else is, yeah. And I want to speak on this. I respect your truth is, I'm glad I took the time to listen to you. But when I see cops and their actions, I see preying on anyone out at night, not just minorities. I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. Cops do, they do this to everybody, but it's an extra layer of something that you have to think about when you're a minority or have a different skin color. Is there's a different level of you have to think about that a lot more than other races. Let me tell you this. As a kid growing up, parents have to have a talk with their if you are from a minority or your skin is brown, you parents have to have a talk with their children about how to interact with the police so they can stay alive. Kids from different groups, uh, like Caucasian, or they don't have to have that same talk because their parent is teaching them to. Their parents aren't teaching them the same things, or they aren't making them aware of the dangers of police because they don't feel like it's going to affect them the same way. Like, how can I put this? I think that mm, I think it's just a different conversation that parents from my community have versus parents from a different community have with their children about interactions with the police. You know, because you know with with our parents, it doesn't. You can do all the right things. Being in my skin, you can do all the right things, and things can still go all bad. If you're in a different skin, if you do all the right things are most likely are going to go good for you because that's the way it should go. But it doesn't go like that when you are a minority or your skin is different. They might just on top of want to be tyrannical and everything like that, they might just not like you. You don't have to worry about that or think about that or like, oh, this person just doesn't like me because of this. I've been beat up 4 times by cops. It's always a power trip. And you know what they can. Ray, I understand that. But there have been reports of the KKK actually in law enforcement, judges as well. All of it, like it's real. This is a real thing. It's not like you know. Yes, you like I said, cops don't like any like let me not say it. Tyrannical corrupt cops don't like any, they don't like people at all. They just want to exert their authority and dominance over them. But there's another layer to that when you have a different color skin. It's a different layer. I really can't relate to this. My best friend is black and my son-in-law is black. And Brady, if you have the conversation with them about this, they will absolutely tell you. It also depends on uh what class they grew up in as well. Because the richer you are, the less you have to, you know, worry about that. You still do, because it doesn't matter how much, it really doesn't matter how much money you have. If your skin is brown, they still feel like, whatever. But you're less likely to have to deal with certain things just based on that. But are you familiar with body cam audit trials or case audit trials from Anson? Body cams, was just learning something about it the other day. No, explain that a little bit more. Are you saying, I'm not sure what you're saying. Is that a channel or something going on with the case audit trials for, what's going on with the body cam trial? Oh, you're saying that they're having what, they're auditing because the footage isn't coming out, or it's being doctored and all that. What's going on? Yeah, and you notice that a lot of those people are the same people because the judges are really old, and a lot of the chiefs and the head of police, these police departments are old, old white men who may have not changed their mindset, or likely haven't changed their mindset about, people. They grew up in a time where they can just say anything to do anything to people who look like me, and they were, there weren't consequences. People actually rewarded them and gave them high fives, and for the way they treated us. Exactly. On body cams, there is a digital trail left even after they delete the footage. You got to go to a on to get it. Hmm. Gotta go on acid to get it. Okay, I got you. But yeah, my thing is, just do the why won't they just do the right thing? Just do the right thing. Basically do your job is basically, you know, what I say all the time. Just do your job or do what you're supposed to be doing. Why are you going outside your job description just to exert yourself as being an authority of something, even though you're not? Like when a clerk tells you what you can and can't do, knowing that they don't even know the rules, and that's what gets me upset, when they don't even know their own rules and try to tell you what to do when you know their rules better than them. And it's I find that so ironic but it's hilarious and frustrating at the same time. Like, you gotta laugh about it, or you're just gonna get real upset about it. So, I choose to look at things and have a comedic perception about it versus using it and being upset about it, because You know, it's better for me to laugh about something than get upset, because when I get upset, it's hard to turn that off for me because I'm so it's hard to turn that off for me. That's all I'm gonna say. So once I get there, it's not, you know, I don't go from 0 to 100 real quick. So I don't go from 100 to 0 quick either. It takes times for me to rise up like that and come down from that. Mm. If cops did the right thing, then they would barely have anything to do. Yeah, and and we can see that. That's why they go to harassing people and showing up 18, showing up 10 officers deep for somebody exercising their First Amendment right, you know, or with a camera filming. They'll show up 10, 10 cops deep, four squad cars or four squad SUVs. You know, if that doesn't show you that they're bored, then come on now. I wouldn't say it's the best way to handle things. It's just the way I handle things. You know, S- Certain times I feel like, I probably should take certain things a little more serious than I do sometimes. But me as a person, it's better for me to, you know, it's better for me not to for me to go about it the way I do. That's all I can say. For other people, it's better for them to do it the way that works for them because that's how it works for them. Maybe if they can get it out, they won't hold on to it. You know, so I can't say uh that my way is better or not, because for me, I would be likely to hold a grudge. Certain people who go from 0 to 100 real quick, um, they don't necessarily hold grudges. They get it out and it's gone. Me, it builds up for me. All right, let's get into it, y'all. Yeah, feelings play a big part of ego. Therein lies crutch of the problem. Yeah, exactly. So that's why I feel like cops should be. They seem like every cop should be have training on. I don't even think it should be. I think every cop there needs to be thorough. Like somebody said, they need to do a thorough third party mental evaluation of people to see what their personality type is, and if that fits them working going out there in the field dealing with people, because it's a lot of times that not everybody who enrolls to be a police officer is not a people person or a person that I feel like is mentally, or just I don't think their makeup is meant to be in that position, but they allow them to be there no matter what, which is, I feel like very dangerous. It's what's up, telling me, Joe? Okay. Uh, it's however you deal with it, man. However you need to deal with it, do it that way. All right, but let's get into it, y'all. All right, so this video is from Court Analysis Channel, and it's titled 26 Corrupt Cops Ending Their Careers. Now, none of these cops likely would have ended their careers if they would have just done the right thing.
From attacking nurses.
Hold on, y'all. Let me turn this up some.
To breaking into homes.
I'm not playing with you, man.
These cops don't care who they put in danger to get what they want. Disclaimer. Rodney Dunn. On July 9th, 2020, Nicole Harper was traveling on a U.S. highway when Trooper Rodney Dunn clocked her, going way above the speed limit, and immediately flashed his lights for her to pull over. Even though Nicole had her blinkers on, she didn't pull over because she was waiting for an exit to pack safely. But Trooper Rodney got impatient and took matters into his own hands.
Yeah, did they hit the inside wall? They roll over, get me EMS started.
Instead of finding out how badly the driver was hurt, Rodney immediately started pointing fingers. Rodney
Over, give me. Yeah, did they hit the inside wall?
Bro, they're in the middle of the house. You tripping.
Yeah, did they hit the inside wall? They roll over, get me EMS started.
Instead of finding out how badly the driver was hurt, Rodney immediately started pointing fingers.
Can you get out? Come on out. Come out this way, right here. Come out this way. Can you come out? Yeah, hold on a minute. Can you get out your passenger door?
I don't know. It might be kind of difficult upside down with the car smashed up, man. It might be a little difficult.
I'm gonna move this. Watch your head. Why didn't you stop?
Because I didn't feel like it was safe.
Well, this is where you ended up.
But there was enough.
So he says, "Why didn't you stop?" And she answers him and says she didn't feel safe. And his response to that was, "Well, this is how you ended up. So obviously it wasn't safe."
Watch your head. Can you come out this way? I got plenty of room right here.
Not even hearing that she was pregnant could get this trooper to feel bad for what he'd done.
Are you the only one in the vehicle?
Yes.
Okay.
Pregnant.
Well, ma'am, you've got to pull over when we stop. It doesn't matter, ma'am.
It was touch and go for a minute, but the baby pulled through. That didn't stop Janice from filing a lawsuit against Rodney and the Arkansas State Police.
If I had kids in the car, I mean, how?
He didn't know who was in the car, no nothing, but he decided to do a pit maneuver. This wasn't a wanted person, none of that. Somebody who just didn't stop right away. Come on, bro. You gonna pit maneuver that on, bro?
He wouldn't have known. Did that matter? What was going through his head? What made him think this was okay?
The department later settled Janice for an undisclosed sum. Ka-ching. Pit maneuvers are one thing, but there's no way this officer was taught to break into homes in the police academy.
Here we go again, not doing the right thing. If they would just do the right thing, obviously this is not the right thing. He's just doing what he wants to do, not what he thinks is right. He knows what he's doing right now is not right, but it's what he wants to do, so he's gonna do it anyway.
I'm not.
We all do that. We all know, we all do something that we know isn't right, but it's something we want to do, so we do it anyway. But to take that into a position or field of work like law enforcement is absolutely, you can't. It's absolutely what's the word? I can't think of the word that I want to use for that. But you just don't do that, because you took a an actual oath to do what's right, but to go against that and to do this is just
Playing with you, man.
Mark Burke and Duncan Roberts. This might look like your average house burglar trying to break in, but this is actually an officer.
No, that's exactly what it is. It's your average house burglar breaking into a house.
Of the law. On June 9th, 2018, officers Mark Burke and Duncan Roberts responded to a home over a domestic disturbance.
Having on the costume does not change what is going on right here.
The girlfriend was not hurt, and the boyfriend, Clay Hawley, had locked himself in the house. When knocking didn't get his attention, one of the officers came up with the bright idea of breaking in.
Exactly. I'm gonna stop this real quick. Joshua says, do we want cops with calm personalities? No, just enforce the law professionally and with discernment. Big fan of AWB. I appreciate you. Exactly. I'm not saying cops need to be the most whatever. They just need to just do their job. Cops are close. It's the people who decide to get in the uniform and act this out. It's not just, it's really people who take on the roles and become cops. It's not really, that's a cloak that they like to hide behind. But bad people are just bad people, and a lot of bad people seem to go into law enforcement. To claim bad people seem to go into law enforcement to pose as good people, but they do bad things. And that's why it's the bad people who get into law enforcement who make people not like cops, because what's up, Joko? I bet Friday Wrangler knows about this.
Clay soon heard the sounds from up front and spotted these officers turned burglars trying to force their way in.
Hey. Don't try to break in my house. Answer the door. I'm right here. We've been knocking on the door.
You see, the thing is, they want to do that. So they'll break in your house and you'll shoot at them, and of course they're gonna shoot back. And if you stop them, then it's gonna be a lot of problems for you. If they kill you, then all they're gonna say is, well, they were doing this and that, even though we were breaking in their house and doing, even though that they're doing criminal acts right now, they would still try to justify this. FAQ, what's up? What's up?
Open the damn door. Open the door. We're coming through it. Yes, we do.
Actually, yes.
A domestic occurred here. We're going to conduct an investigation. You can open the door or we can kick it in. We can kick it in. Open it or we'll kick it in. Because we're conducting an investigation. Do you not understand? In a minute, I'm going to kick the door open.
Open the
Then
door.
open the door and talk to us like a reasonable person.
They call it like a reasonable person.
Open the door.
A reasonable person is going to question you before they open the door. And what type of their version of a reasonable person is somebody being absolutely unreasonable and irrational. Who is going to open the door for somebody who is trying to break in their house with guns? shouting commands at them. Who is going to do that? What normal, rational person or reasonable person is going to do that? None. They want you to be irrational because only an irrational person would be quick to open the door of somebody that with guns open there. Come on. The way they're acting, those, I would not trust that these are cops. I would just think they would somebody trying to break in my house. They're dressed up as cops, trying to throw me off.
Door. Then I'll kick it. Then open the door.
Nope.
We didn't do anything to your door. We're trying to open the dang door.
Why?
Because you and your wife over here got in a fight. Open the door. I don't care. Whichever it is, open the door.
All you need to do is tell her to come to the door. Not you need to break in my house and no, we're not going. And you know,
I own this house. I'm going to give you to the count of 3. If I kick that door in, you're going in jail for hindering an investigation. You understand that?
how is he? But they don't care. Again, they don't care about doing what's right. They're posing as a good guy, saying, "Oh, we need to come investigate because blah 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 blah." It seems like they're trying to do the right thing, but no, they're not. At this point, there's plenty of other ways to deal with this versus trying to kick somebody's door in. And no.
1.
A domestic.
2. This is my house. All right, dude. You asked for it. Move out of the way.
He asked for it.
Move out of the
Move out of the
way.
way.
Move out of the way.
Move.
Oh, you guys don't fucking work anymore.
Move out of the way.
You got a taser ready? I'm gonna kick the door.
Move. Move out of the way.
Look at him. No.
Move. Open the door. I'll give you one more chance to open that door.
What are you investigating?
I just told you, open the door.
When Clay still refused to come out, Officer Mark took matters.
He should. The thing here, I can't say what this man should or shouldn't do in this situation. I really can't, and I won't. But I know I would handle this situation a little bit different. I would just have to handle this situation a little bit different than this guy. Like, at first he was asking, the right questions, but then you start asking questions that they already answered. Of course, they like to do that to us. They like to ask us questions that, we've already answered over and over again to try to get us to slip up or stumble over our words or whatever game that they try to play to get us to be less certain about what we think. When you go to ask them that, all it does is turn them. If they're already on 10, now they're on 20. So at this point, I'm either going, if they're calling for a domestic and everything's over, I'm going to have, I guess if his wife is the one who called, for one, I'm getting a divorce. Because if you call the police on me, that's it. That's the end of the relationship, because I feel like if you don't care about me enough to call the police on me, knowing that it's a high possibility that they might kill me. We don't need to be together anymore. At that point, a divorce is necessary. But I would have had her come to the door and, or whatever, and, let them know that everything was okay, or whatever the situation was. I don't believe I'll be in this situation because I don't put my hands on women, not women that, have not attacked me or, tried to kill me or something like that, or tried to harm me severely. But yeah, let's keep
into his own hands, or should I say legs.
I'm not playing with you, man.
Get on the ground!
Yes, sir.
Get on the ground!
Yes, sir. Yes. I'm on the ground. Yes, sir.
Now you're on the ground. Yes, sis. That's what they love. They love to do that. And they be so juiced
You're
up.
right. You're right.
They
I'm
be
not
so
trying to
juiced
fight
up.
you guys. What are you investigating?
A domestic.
The officers held Clay in the back of a patrol unit for nearly an hour, then later let him go without a single charge. As for the rookie burglars, they've been charged with criminal trespass, damaging property, and unlawful arrest. While this incident could be chalked up to officers doing too much, this next officer definitely watched way too much CSI. Robert Barano. On August 20th, 2020, Corporal Robert Barano, an officer with the Somerville Police Department, was on the last leg of a narcotics investigation when he pulled over 42-year-old Timmy Miles.
I know what you picked up. I know what you picked up over there, okay?
What I picked up?
Yeah. Well, come on. Get out of the car.
What, no, I ain't getting out the car till y'all tell me what's going on.
We're
now.
about to tell you what's going on. Come on out.
No, bro. What's going on? Let me record this.
Okay.
Y'all got y'all. What y'all got y'all
Yeah,
camera
we're
on?
recording right now, so come on
What's
out.
going on?
We got the camera on.
Yeah, come on
I'll
out.
tell you, all right?
Come on out.
Oh no,
I
no,
wanna
no!
have
Don't
to
grab me!
force
Don't
you.
grab me! Don't grab me!
Well, we're telling you, giving you lawful order. If
saying
you don't
why?
get out, you're about to get ripped out of the car.
Well, go ahead.
So don't.
I got a back problem. Don't rip me out.
I'm not.
See, now the rules about this, all these cops are still about to do way too much. But according to the law or the statutes or whatever, when you're driving a car, and I know people are going to have the argument about driving versus traveling and whatever. But in this situation, when they ask you to exit the vehicle, if you do not exit the vehicle, it's best that you exit the vehicle. Even, if you were driving now, if you're sitting in the car and they just pull up to you in the parking lot or something like that, or while you park and say, oh, you need to get out the car and this and that, that's something different. But if you're driving and they pull you over and then they tell you exit the car, I believe they have law backing them up on that.
Not trying to do that, so come on out. Come on out. We'll explain it to you.
We're gonna tell you, dude. Come on, step out of the car.
Let me go.
No, I'm not letting you go.
Bro, let me
This is
go,
your last chance, man.
No.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah. Again, like I say, they're doing way too much for sure. But you have to get out the car. That's one thing. Like you have to get out. If they pull you over and they want to be assholes or whatever and say get out the car, you have to get out the car. That's not something that you can refuse. Like everybody actually has to get out the car. Everybody doesn't have to give ID. Like if they tell everybody get out the car, okay, everybody get out the car. If they say everybody give me your ID, everybody don't have to do that. Only a driver has to give ID. But in this situation, get out the car, especially when you see them on 10 like this already. Get out the car. If anything, unless you about to smash out while you in the car, you if you get out the car, if anything goes down, you can at least escape and run. If you're in the car, like it's unless you're gonna drive off, which you're not driving off in this situation because you can kind of tell they're probably gonna shoot you.
Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Hands behind your back.
Why you punch me in my face? I don't know what's going on.
No, clear.
Open the trunk. You got your camera. Punch me in my face.
You got a camera, bro.
Punch me in my face.
If we need to do it, we need to fucking.
I'll follow up for you. 521.
Yeah, I sure do. I sure do. My face is hurt. Punch me. I'm a good citizen. Punch me.
Timmy's arrest was hinged on him picking up a package.
Now look at this cop with this ski mask on. Remember they told me that you can't be fully masked like that, but here he got on the ski mask with police on it. Like, if that's not gang activity, I don't. Okay, not only are we gonna have the ski mask and we about to commit a crime, but we gonna have our gang on the back of the ski mask to let you know who did it.
Of narcotics from his porch. There was just one tiny problem.
It's going to 300, but we got it's still there.
Yeah, we have to make sure that we don't have anything.
They lost sight of the box, and this car left. We stopped it. We didn't want to get out. We had to extract them. It's not there. Yeah. Yep. We got the lookers. Still on the porch.
We got snipers. He was about to say snipers, not lookers. He was about to say snipers.
It turned out the package that they thought he'd picked up was still on his porch, but instead of letting him go, Robert decided to do whatever they could to find something to pin on him.
Well, they have to do that now because they've seen that they went overboard, and this is about to turn real bad. So now they have to demonize him to make it less bad for them. But again, like I'm saying, none of this is justified except the fact that when they tell you get out the car, and if they pull you over and they tell you get out the car, there's no argument there. You need to get out the car. And if you don't, they can get you out the car. Now, the amount of force that they're going to use to get you out the car, you never know what that's going to be. But you can tell it was definitely excessive, but
I do, thank you. Step out of the vehicle, I don't know what the fuck's going on. I'm 42 fucking years
probably
old.
should.
People getting killed. Y'all come, step out the vehicle. That's not the way to act people, man. For real. One of y'all boy punched me in my fucking face and it hurt. I gotta go back into my children and my grandchildren. And I'm gonna have a black eye because y'all what a black cop there.
Anybody get it? Huh? Anybody get it?
I hear you.
This motherfucker was doing where's
I do not want a search on my car. I do not allow a search on my car. No. I do not conduct a search on my car.
That's what
they called them. Just redo the trunk open, We thought there was a package in there. Who was the driver? We did. It was supposed to be a controlled delivery. Gotcha. Yeah, if we get that trunk closed for him.
Even though Timmy never gave permission and there was no warrant, a canine unit was brought to check the car.
Look at the
whole thing. No.
They were so desperate to find something that they went digging through his car, but they still came up empty. That didn't stop them from charging him with possession with intent to distribute and disobeying a lawful order of police. But the charges were later tossed out. As for Corporal Robert, well, he wasn't that lucky. Robert was kicked off the force and charged with third-degree assault and battery. Losing your job.
That's exactly what needed to happen. And he also needed to be, you need to face some real charges for that.
Because you're trying to set someone up has gotta hurt. What's worse than that?
Yeah. So, like I was saying, all the charges can be dropped, but look what happened to him. He still got punched in the face. still been through a traumatic experience of them beating them up and all of this other stuff, you know, but all the charges was dropped. They still took him to jail, still put him in the system, still did all this, but charges are dropped, so they feel like everything is okay. No, y'all don't. Y'all know the psychological and mental effect of this type of trauma. Imagine you having to deal with any type of law enforcement again after that. Like, come on.
Losing it over a stupid childish prank. Dempsey Walters. Helicopters flying overhead. Officers in tactical gear. You probably think the guys being arrested committed a vicious crime. But would you believe all this is over a teenage prank? On the night of August 21st, a 15-year-old boy and his friends playing
a 15-year-old
ding-dong ditch on random houses in the neighborhood hit
they playing, well, we call this knick-knock. You know, where you knock on the door and run, or you whatever and run. Some people call it ding dong ditch. I guess that's the I don't know who came up with that one, but we call it knick-knock.
Captain Dempsey Walters' house. Thinking it was another set of teens, he'd had a run-in with Dempsey, rushed to their home, and dragged the innocent boys out of their home.
Oh.
Hands behind your back! Your hands behind your back! Ah!
Well, look at there. So he didn't even know who did it, but he went straight to the black kid house. Wow. And did he just pull him out his door?
It was another set of teens, he'd had a run-in with Dempsey, rushed to their home, and dragged the innocent boys out of their home.
Your hands behind your back! Your hands behind your back! Ah! Hands behind your back!
All it is for knick-knock, or knocking on a door and running away. All of that for that. Like, what is going on in your mind to where you're on 1,000 level, you're this upset and angry at some kids playing? Imagine him in a real situation, under real stress, dealing with a real criminal. Instead, he has to focus. He called his gang members to come to this too. Like, hey man, yeah, I had, you know, these kids, they kicking on my door and then blah 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 blah. We about to go run down on them right now. You know, he go to, like, bruh, I'm mad at the people who go on this mission with him to go try to snatch up some kids for knocking on the door and running. Imagine you dealing with murderers, rapists, like, imagine you dealing with all these people, and instead of focusing on getting real criminals and murderers and stuff like that off the street, you are messing with 15-year-old kids playing a game that he probably played when he was a kid.
Hands behind your back! Stop resisting! I'm not resisting. Yeah, I got it. 324 tap. We got 2 detained. 324 tap. 324 tap. 324 tap. Yeah, go ahead. Hook him up. Stop moving. Do not resist. I'm not moving.
Look at him.
I'm not moving.
Bro, is that an AR? You got an AR. You got an AR pointed at 15-year-olds that were playing. No crime. Well, I don't know if that's, I'm guessing that might be, they could find some type of statute that, you know, but come on now. Come on. You got an AR pointing at these kids for knocking on your door and running. And I see MGM say that this was the captain's, the police chief or the captain's house. So that's what made him call all his goons to run down on these teenagers. Look at the knee in his back. Look at the knee. This is all for them knocking on the door and running away. he feels like, how dare you, whatever. And these aren't even the people who did it. These aren't even the kids who did it. The kids who did it likely look like them, but they didn't go to the kids that looked like them house. They went to the people who with the darker skin, you know, for some reason he just knew it was them, you know, whatever. But look at this. Look how they're approaching this. These are teenagers who weren't doing anything violent, or they were just playing what we call knit knock, or what other people call ding dong ditch, which is when you knock on the door and run. That's it. And people answer the door, oh, nobody's there. And you're like, oh man, nobody's there. Stop playing on my door, stop, blah, blah, blah. That's, you know, you're gonna get people that, yes, like stop, blah, blah, blah. And that's usually old people who, you know, whatever. But it's never nothing serious to where you gotta draw down machine guns, like assault rifles or automatic rifles. Let me use the correct term, because they'll use that. And automatic rifles for kids knocking on the door and running. Like, y'all got to think about that.
Stop moving. Do not resist.
I'm not moving. I'm not moving. I'm not moving. I promise I'm not moving.
Is there anybody else in the house?
No, no, sir.
Okay.
I'm thinking they could be like harassment or something.
Where's your parents at? My mom's at work. She's on the phone. You call the police right if my phone right there.
You're under arrest.
Okay, for what?
Where did you just come from?
I've been here all day.
Okay.
I'm a friend. I came here.
Okay. Come on out here.
You go ahead and put him in my car.
They don't even know if it was them.
10 more over town. 10 more attack.
That's what I'm saying. Possibly harassment.
10-4, we still have 2 outstanding, correct?
Hey, from 2 outstanding. I don't know if we're late right now.
And I'm not saying that would be right. I'm just saying that, like, that's something that they would try to use.
Get out real quick.
Sir.
Meanwhile, another group of officers had found the real culprits.
On the ground.
Look at them.
Everyone.
Well, they treated them a lot different. Seems like skin matches his. Skin looks, you know, not too dark. But this is how they, you just saw how they dealt with the darker skin. Assault rifles, you know, AR. Well, let me stop saying assault rifles, automatic rifles, and just on 10 no matter what.
One down. I'm gonna leash my fucking dog on the ground.
They're still being super unnecessary with people of the same skin. Look, they're being like this with their own. The only difference is here they don't have guns and, you know, automatic rifles drawn.
I don't have your dog on the ground. I don't have your dog. Turn around. I don't have your dog.
So if they're like this with everybody, they don't have no fear of being wrong. They didn't. I bet they didn't apologize to the kids that they did wrong. Nothing.
Shut the dog. I don't have your dog. I don't have your dog. Shut
Once Dempsey heard, he rushed to the scene and dropped a knee on the 15-year-old's neck.
Hand behind your back. Other one behind your back. Behind your back.
That was crazy. We never did stuff like that. We did play knit knock.
I get me. I get. I don't have anything. I don't have. Mommy. I don't want. You're going on. My
Y'all be freezing up.
I don't have anything.
All right, y'all, we freezing up, so I might have to reopen this browser again. Hopefully, let's see if it catches up.
What?
That wasn't enough.
Why are you talking to kids like that, man? why are you? How can you be like this with kids, bro? Why are you so turned up? All these kids are playing. Granted, they might be annoying, but they just playing. Why are you on 10? Shut up, motherfucker. Blah, blah. Like, bro, how do you even feel tough talking to a kid like that? Like, that made you feel tough? Like, that made you feel like somebody? How can you not feel less of a man by doing that? I'll feel less of a man by acting like that with kids.
Up for him. After the boys were put in the police vehicles, Dempsey tried to turn off his body camera and punched the handcuffed juvenile in the patrol car, leaving him seriously injured.
Patty, I don't know what's going on. You know, YouTube is...
Dempsey was suspended without pay and charged with 2 counts of felony assault and 2 counts of official misconduct. It'll take a miracle for him to make it out with his job intact. On February 8th, 2020, an officer with the Valdosta Police Department was on the lookout for a man harassing customers when he spotted 46-year-old Antonio Smith on the side of the road.
About suspicious activity, man.
Suspicious activity? Where about?
They said, yeah, someone.
View that camera. I told them what I was doing.
Oasis Signs right here next to the
I told them what I was doing. I was waiting for my sister to the Western Union, me some money. I always go there and get Western Union, and they know me.
Antonio was cooperative and even handed over his ID.
Hey, you got your ID on you?
Yes, I got my ID. What are you guys doing?
I'm gonna have to exit out. I'll be right back, y'all. Just give me a second. Don't go nowhere. I just want to make sure this is running smooth. So I got to exit. I'm gonna have to quit this one and start it back over. All right, I'm back, y'all. Let me pull up the video. Y'all know sometimes StreamYard have issues. But yeah, let's go back to this. And I wanted to point out something. More than corrupt. He told you already. So the first thing that this guy did when, come on now. Let me see if I can exit some of these windows maybe. Oh my goodness, y'all. Hold on. Dang, man, what? Y'all know, man, these computer acting crazy sometimes. But the first thing I want to say with this guy is when they approached him, the first thing he did was remove his hood. So he's obviously showing you that, hey, look at my face. I'm not hiding from nobody. But these officers don't they don't have any type of skills in evaluating the situation.
Call my sister right now. She's in Florida. You have a cell phone? Call her. Don't
Call who?
like this. Call my sister in Florida.
Don't
do this.
Grab,
what are you doing? Oh my God!
No consideration for this grown man. Nothing. He's answering the questions.
What are you doing?
Put your hands behind your back like you're told. Put your hands.
Put your hands behind your back. If this is what racist cops look like, in my opinion. When they start saying stuff like that, do as you're told, and feel like they can just run and grab on somebody no matter what, just because they feel like it. And I believe this had a lot to do with the color of his skin. It may or may not have. We can say that. It may or may not have. But I think a great deal of this came from him being the skin color he is why they approach him in this manner.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God. Oh, please.
Put your hands.
In his face. Oh, my God. Jesus. Oh, my God. He's on my wrist. Oh, my God.
Stop.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, he might be broke.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God. 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 Oh, Jesus. Oh, it hurts. Oh, my God.
After shoving the 46-year-old and breaking his wrist, Officer Billy finally asked the question he should have asked before creeping up on Antonio and attacking him.
That's him? No, that's the other guy. The other guy is over there. They pointed out two different people. Yeah. They got the guy with a warrant. This guy, I had just got contact with him.
Yeah, you're dumb man. Yeah.
Oh, it's wrong warrant. Yeah. No, because it's two different people. That's why I was trying to figure out if I had missed something. He told him to put his hands behind his back.
Are you going to apologize?
Because they pointed this guy out too. The people at the store pointed him out also.
Don't move your arm, okay? Don't move your arm.
I'm so confused. What?
Okay, so
He's not the one with the warrant?
No. Apparently he has a warrant. So whenever they were talking to him, Swore said, "Hey, come over here and see if there's another guy," because that guy said, "Hey, there's another guy also."
Hold on, sir. Hold on. We got an ambulance coming, okay?
Their attempts to play nice were not going to save them from a lawsuit. Antonio sued the department and walked away with a chunk of cash, $350,000 to be exact, smiling all the way to the bank. Telling someone to put their hands at their back while having them in a bear hug might be the dumbest move on the list.
Look, as soon as they approached him, he if he was suspicious, he should have dispelled it. He showed you, like, this is me. I'm not hiding from you. So how can, and they still was approaching him because they're not in think mode. They're not interested in doing what's right. They're doing what they want at that moment.
Still doesn't beat officers locking an innocent guy up.
SAPD officials confirming today Ometu was not who they were looking for.
But first, in July 2022, an officer with the Volusia County Sheriff's Department was responding to a burglary alarm when he spotted 18-year-old Liana Rollins pulling out of a driveway and made a beeline for her.
You stay here? What are you doing here? Turn the car off. Turn the car off now.
But things quickly escalated when he opened her door and forced his way into the car.
Turn the car off now. Turn the car off. Turn the car off now. Turn the car off.
That's what you do, because I'll punch you in your Don't ever forget that. I'll punch you
Send me a second,
on.
Hey,
Let me
explain to you what we're doing.
Put your hands on me, and
I am responding.
I don't give a
I'm responding to an alarm call.
Put your hands on me, and I did turn up on you.
Turn around.
Watch your mouth. Oh, my mama.
Nobody's under.
Stop touching me.
Turn the.
She got heart, but honestly, I don't like when women act like this, because for one, not only is this a cop, but this is a grown man. She may feel like she's tough, but I wouldn't recommend acting like this with men. You know, this can lead to a very, you know, I don't encourage this behavior. Now she do got heart. I'm gonna say that she do got heart, and you know she don't want to be violated, which I can understand.
Turn around, ma'am. Turn around.
Stop
You're not
touching
under.
me.
You're not
I
under
don't
arrest.
care. You came in this hostile. Don't you ever put your hands on me. I'll spit on you. Stop
You're not under arrest. Stop.
Look at my hair. What the wrong with you?
Get down.
Chill, bro. Chill, bro. They stop. They stop.
40 cents for having step it up. Get down now. Get down now. Turn around. Put your hands behind your back. Get down.
I don't care.
Get down.
What the
Get down.
I'm in the car. Move it. Stop pushing me to the ground. Move. Okay, baby, chill.
Put your hands behind your back. Now. Turn your hand behind your back.
It was only after the violent arrest that the officers started asking questions, but nobody wanted anything to do with him.
Move. Don't bro. She can talk to me. You can't say to me.
Check her
You
cuffs.
can't say to me. Fix my cuffs.
I will if you would just hold on for a second, okay?
Fix my cuffs.
Turn around.
I asked way too many times.
I will, so just turn around and relax.
Fix my cuffs.
What you guys doing?
No, what the are you doing? Do your job. Stop pushing me.
Listen. Come on.
Nope.
I know what's going on.
Nope. 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 I'm not trying to talk to you. Nope. I don't talk to you. No, bro. I don't want to talk to you.
Then the officers bundled her into the squad car and took her down to the station.
Get out my face. Okay. The wrong with you? Fix my wrist. Okay, give me a couple minutes. Oh my soul.
Liana was charged with 2 counts of resisting an officer with violence and 2 counts of battery on a law enforcement officer. There was just one problem. Liana was not their guy. Also, the officer had pulled up on the wrong street, ignored 2 other vehicles, and just picked out Liana's. Sherlock Holmes would be turning in his grave if he had one. This kind of shoddy investigation has gotten lots of innocent people locked up, and that's not the only time it's happened. On the morning of August 25th, 2020, a San Antonio officer responded to a 911 call on domestic violence.
Where'd he go? To the back? What was he wearing? Does he have a beard? Does he have a beard? What did he look like?
I just want to make sure, y'all. Is the video smooth or is it choppy? What's going on? Because it seemed like it's lagging or something like that. Is the video playing smooth or is it? How does it sound for y'all? Yeah, because I don't know what's going on. Might be my Wi-Fi. Picked up on. Yeah, for sure. Okay. Joe said it sounded good. Okay. We'll go back and play it, y'all. But yeah, that cop was, absolutely doing too much. Like always. Wrong people, and she wasn't going for none of that. And I can't blame her, but at the same time, I still don't recommend women acting like that. Or I don't think that women should square up to men in that manner. Knowing that, that could just go real bad, especially a cop. But in that situation, I can't tell her what to do because look at the situation. I don't know if her acting a different way would have made it a better situation or not.
Black male?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Minutes later, he spotted Matthias Ometu out on a jog and decided he was the guy.
Hey, what's your name, brother? Well, you kind of match the suspect in the description of what I'm looking for. What's your name? What's your name? Why? Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Okay. Well, like I said, just come here. We're trying to figure this out, man.
Working out. Are you serious?
Do what?
I'm working out. I'm doing a run.
Dude, I just got a call for a family violence. What's your name, dude?
I'm not giving my name. I'm just working out.
Okay, if that's all it is, I just
let me go.
That's not. I need to know your
I'm
name.
not giving you my name. I don't have to give you my name.
Okay, why are you acting like this, man?
Because I'm working out and you're bothering me. I'm being bothered on
Because you match the description of somebody that just killed your girl.
Things quickly escalated when Matthias refused to tell him his name.
I don't have any information to get to you. I'm on the run.
What's your name then?
You're not getting that information.
Okay, well then you're going to be detained right now, okay?
Okay, for what?
For being a suspect in family violence until I figure out who you are. I'm going to put you in the back of my car, okay? Since you want to act like that.
No, I'm going to be right here.
No, you're not. You're going to the back of my car.
Sit right here. I didn't do anything. I want to sit right here in the grass.
Okay, you're going to sit in the car, okay? Until we get this all figured out, okay?
So this is what they call protecting the city right here. Right now, they protecting the
Because you
city.
don't want to act like
No, don't tell me anything that I'm doing wrong. I'm not doing anything that I'm doing
all I
wrong.
need to know what's your name.
So, did I break a rule? Do you know that did you see me do anything?
Match the description
Did you
of
see
the
me do
suspect.
anything?
I just talked to my complainant who said that she was assaulted.
Okay, go get her. Go get her. Bring her here then.
Okay.
I'm not going anywhere.
Just sit
Right
inside
here. I don't want to sit inside.
Just sit
I want to sit right here. I want to be where you got me at. I didn't go anywhere. I didn't do anything.
After getting in touch with the victim, it was pretty clear that Matthias wasn't their guy.
Can you describe his shirt again? What color? Lime green is in like... So not like a neon green? I mean, was it bright, you think? Okay. The officer's on the way to come pick you up, and then we'll talk again, okay? Okay. Okay, we'll see you in a bit, okay?
Even with that, they decided to force him into the patrol car.
All right, what's just gonna happen? We're gonna go drive to the apartment. We're gonna see if she IDs her. Nope, that's not how this works.
It's not going anywhere. You're illegally detaining me.
I am legally.
Yeah, so I'm staying right here then.
No.
If I'm being detained, I'm staying
You
right
want
here.
to be released today or not?
I'm going to be released.
Okay, well,
I'm going to stay right here.
I just
You
need to get
detain
your
me
ID.
right here.
I just need
Middle
to
of the
get your
spot.
ID.
I'm not going anywhere.
Yes, you are. So I don't want to have to do this with you. All we had to do, drive over there.
All you had to do was leave me the alone.
Why do you say that?
Why?
Because
I
you
didn't
match
do
the
anything.
description of something.
Yeah, I'm sure I do.
You want to look at my key card?
Yeah. I'm sure I match the description.
Okay, well, you're going to get in the car. Come on.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you
I'm
are.
not getting in the car. I didn't do anything.
So he doesn't want to be kidnapped, but they won't
Get in the car. Get in the car. Quit making this difficult.
After all this hullabaloo, the verdict came back.
You want SVU or homicide? Is that him? That's not him. It's not him. It's not him. Yeah, so I don't know what this guy's deal is. It's not him. It's not him though. This guy wasn't ideas, but the suspect gave me, the victim gave me the suspect info. Well, the suspect matches his description. Well, the suspect has a felony warrant. Well, I just showed her the picture of this guy, and she's like, "No, that's not him." I don't know. He wasn't ideas. I know.
So he was a suspect at some time, so that's still.
That's all it was. That's why we did it.
Not only did the officers refuse to let him go, but they also tried to intimidate witnesses who had taken videos of what went down. Too bad the guy was a lawyer.
Hello.
So at this point, they know they made a mistake. They know what they did was wrong. But instead of doing the right thing, they double down on their criminal behavior. They double down on it and try to intimidate witnesses. If this is not gang activity, I don't know what is. They done jumped out, hopped down, and tried to kidnap this man going for a run. Find out that he wasn't the guy that they were looking for, but they're still trying to justify their actions, saying, "Oh, well, he was a suspect and he didn't ID with us, and so that justifies us, whatever." But they know that that's not right, but they still continue to double down on it. Absolutely insane.
You guys understand there's a couple of people here that witnessed everything that happened out there? Is that you?
Do me a favor, can I have that gentleman leave? I'll talk to you guys outside, but I didn't like what he was doing.
Why? What was I doing there?
That's my opinion. I'm a lawyer. You can leave my business, please, so I have to call real cops.
Okay, well, we are real cops, and we're here to investigate a crime that you guys witnessed. You guys witnessed.
There's a criminal right there.
That's not a criminal. Okay, so that's what they're investigating.
Exactly.
So I need to get.
That's a criminal right there. I like this lawyer. Whoever this lawyer is, if he should say his name on this body cam footage. He's the lawyer that everybody's gonna go, and I want him to represent me.
You guys identifying information, so our detective.
They. I'm glad he said that, man. There's the criminal right there. I don't know why you got this innocent man in the car, but you're the criminal.
You guys, because I don't like the way he handled that gentleman who was minding his business, jogging. Even if he didn't fit a description, that's the norm that you guys use. I didn't like what he did. So I'm already telling him, I'm already going to be a witness against this gentleman. I already sent this to all the news stations. The mayor knows about it.
Okay.
Just so you know.
Okay, sir. You have your ID with you?
Look, I'm a lawyer, man. I don't have to cooperate whatsoever with you. If you want to take me in, please do. I'd love to file a civil lawsuit against you
We're
guys.
starting with step one, okay? I just need you.
No.
And is that your cell phone or is that your office phone?
That's the office number. That's the best number I'm going to give you.
Okay.
I know you guys have a tough job. I get that. But when you escalate things, not appropriate, especially in this day and age.
Yeah, sir. That's fine.
Okay.
You're entitled to your opinion. That's fine. I'm not going to ask you about that. I just need y'all's identifying information so that if you go on the report, that's all public record. That's how we're going to do it. Okay.
You got it.
What's your birthday?
That's actually a good idea. Thank you.
Matthias was charged with 2 counts of assaulting a police officer and released.
2 counts of assaulting a police officer. They charged him with two accounts of assaulting a police officer, putting charges on this man, trying to ruin this man's life for being innocent, for jogging and for minding his business. They will try to ruin your life, put charges on you, lock you up, do all of this stuff for being innocent. They want to punish you for their mistake. So, of course, you know, he's going to say these charges were dropped, of course, but the fact that he even had these charges to begin with is absolutely insane.
2 days later on a $20,000 bond. The DA later dropped the charges, but Matthias wasn't ready to turn the other cheek and sued the department.
You missed out on a lot of things. A lot of things. You're put in a state that you have to address, or not address, adjust how you are.
You might be thinking, if he'd ID'd himself, things would have been different. Wrong. One thing dirty cops love to do when they make mistakes is double down. 2 Miami police officers responded to Hotel Victor over a 911 call about a man who threw hot coffee on a woman and a baby. They spotted 2 men in the lobby. One of them was talking to the victim. The other immediately decided he was their guy, and things went downhill from there.
He's trying to I don't give a f*** who you're talking to.
On 10 already just because of the color of their skin. That's the only reason he's on 10. Only reason. Because they see the skin color and automatically they tie that to guilt already. Like before they even do an investigation, before they ask any questions, they're going based off assumption. They know that that's not the right thing to do, but they're doing what they want. Why won't they just do the right thing?
Hey man, what is you?
Look at what type of what? He's not.
Record it.
This is a grown man. This is a grown man. Why are they doing this to a grown man? I feel like he's being unreasonable by not striking them back, by not, getting angry. He's letting them do it. This is not a reasonable person. This is not what a reasonable person would do. This person is being unreasonable, and this is what they consider reasonable. The cops would say he's being reasonable. Everybody else would say he's being unreasonable by not fighting back at this point. But he knows that if he actually was reasonable and tried to fight back, because he's not doing anything wrong and he's a grown man, to have other grown men just pushing on you and doing whatever and you not fighting back is absolutely insane. And it takes a lot of mental fortitude to restrain yourself at this point, which this brother has. He has a lot of restraint, and
it's right here. Okay, what did I write? All right, so relax. If I turn
and they're telling him to relax. This makes me so upset. Look at the energy they're coming with at the wrong person.
look at me and talk to me, you talk to us, all right? This ain't a joke. I didn't do anything. All right, what happened? I'm talking to my sister. What happened? I wasn't here. You weren't here.
Look.
No. Okay, so do me a favor.
So, and then after this, he says, do me a favor. After all that, he say, do him a favor. Bro, you don't get the fuck out of here.
Stand up for a second. You gotta be detained. Why? I wasn't here. Okay, we figure out what the fuck's. We gotta figure out. Listen, relax. Okay, you don't have to judge me though. No, yes, you're being detained. Drop your cigar. Drop your cigar.
I'm gonna drop.
After cuffing him, the officer finally gave him a chance to speak. But when the man called them out, the officers lost it and started screaming in his face.
Listen to me. We gotta call that someone.
We got to call.
I get here and the witness says it's him. So you're talking to the female, giving you the benefit of the case. Let me talk to you for a second. Oh, man, don't worry about what's going on.
Hold on, y'all.
That's not how it works. All right. So what happened?
He just told you what happened. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to get this video and see if that helps a little bit. Let's go 480. See if we can do something with that. I had to find out what's going on with my internet wise. So choppy. But they love using that. We got to call. We got to call. I hate that game. I hate the game of whoever calls 911 first.
After cuffing him, the officer finally gave him a chance to speak. But when the man called them out, the officers lost it and started screaming in his face.
Listen to me. We got a call that someone threw coffee at a lady. I get here and the witness says it's him. So you're talking to the female, I'm giving you the benefit of the case. Let me talk to you for a second. I'm talking to my sister. No, this doesn't work that way, bro. I don't know where you're from. I don't know what's going on. That's not how it works.
How does it work?
So what happened? I just got here. Okay. That's what, you're not giving me a chance to talk to you. Do you work here? No, do you live here? I am from Texas. And you're staying in this hotel? No. Okay, so I was on the street, and I knew my nephew was in here. Who's your nephew? The little baby? That's my nephew. Okay. And then is that your sister-in-law? Yes, I'm coming to check on him. Okay. No, he's not talking about you. Okay. So continue. I just literally walked in. I was talking to her, trying to get everything calmed down. I'm trying to figure out. Okay. I'm not being combative. I'm not saying you're combative, but when we ask you a question, hey, sir. Okay, but you have to understand.
That ain't how you.
I haven't done anything wrong. Well, you need to understand. We're running an emergency signal call here for someone to. Hey, if you don't want to talk, that's fine, dude. I don't give a shit. That's it. I'm not talking to you.
So He knows that he messed up. He knows that he shouldn't have did that. He knows that it's not right. He knows that it's not right. But they double down on it. He won't admit to being wrong. He know he's wrong. He know that what he did isn't right. And he's still trying to talk to this man as if this man has done something wrong, or that this man should understand the situation that's going on right now, when he don't have to understand nothing, because you don't approach people like that and expect them to be reasonable, and you don't expect them to, like I said, they expect you to be, their version of being reasonable is unreasonable. They expect you to act out of the norm, but they consider that normal. It's insane.
Call Casey. Call Casey. Call my attorney. Call Casey. Tell her to call my attorney right now. Tell them they got me detained. What hotel we in? Tell them they got me detained for no reason.
Of course, no reason.
No reason at all.
At all.
Call my attorney right now. Get him on the phone.
That's not how this works.
That is how it works. That is how it works. That's exactly how it works. Matter of fact, that's how it should work every situation. You call your attorney. What do you mean that's not, it doesn't work that way? Oh, so y'all don't want me to have any legal representation right now? Y'all just want to violate me and do whatever y'all want, knowing that they're wrong. They know they're wrong right now. They know that they're wrong. It's not this is not a case where they think they're doing the right thing. They know they aren't doing the right thing right now. Man, your ass screaming at him.
After all this, you'd think he was at least their guy. Nope. Yet the officers didn't let him go. Not only that, but they also charged him with resisting an officer and lied in the police report that someone had pointed him out as the suspect. Too bad the body camera didn't agree, and the charges were later dropped. Framing a guy with no reason is a pretty dumb move. But wait till you find out why this officer was shaking like a leaf while making an arrest. On May 8, 2019, Clarence Evans was in the driveway of his Houston home with his wife and kids when Deputy Garrett Lindley tried to arrest him, claiming he was this wanted guy.
Calm down, Clarence.
No,
Sir.
He don't even know my name and tell him I have a warrant.
What did he do?
That's what I'm saying.
For what?
For what?
From Louisiana.
For what?
For what?
I don't even live in Louisiana, so how would I have a? You don't know my name, so how can you tell me I have an open warrant in Louisiana?
Sir,
stop.
Clarence,
Okay, well you don't even know me.
I already got you.
No, you don't even know.
Sir.
You don't even know my name. Why would I trust you?
Hello. What? I'm confused. He don't even live in Louisiana.
No. You don't. How can you tell me I have something and you don't know my name?
Yeah. This cop right here knows he's wrong. He knows it's not right what he's doing right now. But he still follows through with it. It's unbelievable.
Put him in front of my house and then I don't trust because you shaking like you scared or something. You're pulling.
Okay.
He is scared. He's terrified. And that's why I don't get, if you this shaky and this terrified, why even take the job? Why even, if you know that you're afraid of people or afraid of dark people, you know, dark-skinned people, you should not have a badge and a gun if you this scary.
Hey,
shaking like you scared.
He don't live in Louisiana.
And that's what causes them to pull their gun so fast and, you know, willing to shoot us so fast, because it's either fear or hate. And I think it's a mix of both.
I don't even live in Louisiana. How the hell would I have a warrant in Louisiana?
Quentin, you already said your name was that.
My name is not Quentin. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Sir, his name is not Quentin.
Then let's see the ID and we'll be done.
Okay, hold on.
It's three different names.
So he's saying, I think you're this person. So I'm gonna try to detain you and do this. I don't know if this is you or not, but you have to prove your innocence. Because right now you're guilty in my eyes. It's basically what he's telling this man.
You woke up and told me three different names.
Hold on.
That's the third name you just know. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna be the next thing you feel.
No.
Clarence and his wife told the deputy his name wasn't Quentin, but the deputy continued to hold on to him till backup arrived.
Oh, yes, I know who you are. It's you know, what's my name?
Yeah, Mitch. To be honest, I mean, it takes a lot of, like I said, they want you to act irrationally, and that's their version of being rational. When somebody come in to attack you and grab you and put hands on you, not saying nothing, just, you know, screaming at you or yelling at you or just approaching you in an aggressive manner and just feeling like they could do whatever to you, being a grown man. No grown man is just going. Let me not say this. Let me. Most men that I know not gonna let another grown man just handle them any type of way. You know, whether they be bigger, whatever, taller, whatever it may be. Most men not going for that. But cops want you to act. They don't want you to act like, they don't want you to act normally, like what a normal person would do. They want you to do something. They want you to. I just don't, man. That's like when they tell you when they got you on the ground and they pinning you down, telling you stop resisting, but they pushing your face into the ground and you trying to like turn your face, and they saying stop resisting, or they got your arm cranked a certain way, you trying to just straighten your arm out, and they say stop resisting or stop moving. They want you to do everything unreasonable. They want you to do everything that's not normal, and they want that to be the norm. It's crazy. But he knows he's not right. That's part of the reason he's shaking, is because he knows that he's not doing something right. I feel like if you're doing the right thing, you're gonna have confidence in what you're doing. You know, you may be nervous, but this is not, he knows that he's not doing the right thing.
Man, you shaking like you scared. I'm not gonna let you put me in handcuffs.
Please stop. Please stop.
My name is not no fucking Quentin. You don't even know my name until I got a warrant in Louisiana. Okay. Yes. You want me to show me the pictures? Show me the pictures.
Okay, wait.
Just walk with me.
No,
walk with me. No.
Please, he's not going nowhere. He's not going nowhere.
I need some supervisor. I am the supervisor. Come on. Well, let me see your stripes. Well, I need somebody else in the car. No, you're not going to get me to your car. No.
Sir.
You in my yard on my property.
Calm down,
Stop. You stop.
Who are you looking for? His name is not Quentin.
You think I'm because I got dreads or something? No. You just pulled up in front of my fucking house and told me I got a warrant in Louisiana. So what? That's my fucking dog.
That's our dog.
That's
our dog.
Go in the house. Look, man,
sir, that's our dog.
Don't you touch me while you shaking. You need to step back and calm down. No, that.
Sir, his name is not Quentin. That's our dog.
You just told me 3 different names. No. You pulled up on some bullshit. Talking about I got a stolen dog. My dog is Chip. I got Chip.
Yeah, the only reason they get off on it is because they don't have to deal with the consequences of their actions while they're in this situation. They know that, you know, they're likely to have a upper hand in the situation if they decide to take it to another level. But let them not have this gun and badge and that same adrenaline rush, their heart would explode.
Yes, we have papers.
Was born. And then you talk about some shit in Louisiana, then you say my name is Quentin. My name is not no fucking Quentin. I'm not telling you my name, but it's not Quentin. I'm not telling you my last name. You just come here and put your hands behind your back then, okay? No.
Sir, when did he even do anything?
I'm talking about. I got a fucking dog that's mine.
That's our dog. We can go get you the papers.
You just seen me walk out my house and then just came and put it on
What's up, Mike?
Please calm down. Who are you looking for?
Me? Yes, I want to.
You missed
I want to do this so we're done.
and tyranny. You know how I go.
Okay. Okay, well, you safe and you know, but you're pulling on them. So just, okay. Right here, we're good. Okay.
After forcing Clarence's wallet out of his hand, this dumb cop took one look at his ID and realized he'd made a terrible mistake.
Please stop.
That's illegal. You just committed a crime. That's a Fourth Amendment violation.
No, please, that is not him.
That's a
Please
Fourth
leave him
Amendment
alone.
violation.
Man, get out my yard,
I need
man.
to report on this. I need to report.
No, you need to get the out of my yard. You just said I'm somebody named Quentin. You got friends in me black.
Come on.
What the is that?
Okay, come on.
Nah, that. Now you want to leave, right?
No, I want to report on this.
No, you need to get somebody here that's over you because you just made the biggest mistake. Why did you put in front of my yard? Come on. Because I'm black with dreads and tell me I got a warrant.
Okay. You no, he just our kids was out here. No,
the kids.
Okay.
Well, you need to get the socialist over here.
He's looking. He's
oh my God.
The picture didn't look.
But he didn't even ask for his name.
Don't leave now. Stay here. Let me see that picture. Get that picture on.
In December 2020, YouTube user Brian B. showed up at the North Brunswick Police Department to make a complaint. 2 weeks later, he was home wrapping Christmas gifts when officers showed up at his door asking about a 911 call that had been made from his home.
Can I help you? Can I help you?
Yeah. Everything all right?
Everything's fine. From here?
Yeah. Are you the only one home?
No.
Who else is home with you?
My girlfriend, and my roommate. Everybody's fine. Nobody called.
Somebody called and they said it came back to this address and it said they told us there was yelling or something in the background initially. So they hung up and they haven't been able to get in touch with everyone since. So that's why we're here.
Nobody called. Everybody's fine.
All right. Can we talk to them real quick?
No.
No, we need to.
Well, you're not.
We need to.
It's not going to happen.
You're not understanding how this works. We got a 911 call from this address.
Nobody called 911.
How do I know that?
Bro, do I have to prove something to you right now?
Yes. We have to speak with everyone who lives here to make sure they call 911. As soon as we speak with everyone, we confirm everything's fine. We leave. That's it, man. We just make sure everything's fine. Why are you giving us such a problem?
Well, because you're over here shining a fucking flashlight in my apartment. Yeah, you're over here shining a flashlight. Let me finish what I was saying. Into my fucking apartment. I mean, you're taking care of Christmas gifts, watching the UFC fight. You guys come over here banging like a bunch of fucking animals. No one called 911. You're giving me a hard time. You're still shining a fucking flashlight at me. Turn your flashlight off.
The officers were looking for a way to get into the house, and when he began shutting his door, they got their chance to force their way in. But even when the officers...
Criminal behavior. They know that this is not right, but they do it anyway. Why not just do the right thing?
Verified that no one had called and no landlord.
Look at this guy. Bro. Every cop should be in shape. No cop should be overweight like they are. How are you protecting and serving if you can't even protect yourself from being lazy and eating whatever? You're in a position, a position where you're gonna need to be active. Why are you out of shape and just looking crazy?
Line was in the home. They still refused to leave.
What do you want to sort out? What have we not sorted out?
Look at the chin hanging out from the.
It's a landline. Okay.
Okay. No, there's no landline here.
All their faces covered. You don't know who they are. No, these are criminals. They already broke into this man. They broke into his house.
But there's still one registered to this house.
So what do you want me to do for you?
So there, we solved with a 911.
Okay, so get the fuck out now. No, sir. You just slammed the door at me. Get the fuck out of the house.
You don't close the door on the police.
I don't give a fuck. You have no right to enter.
We do.
Don't close.
No, you don't. It's a warrantless entrance. So get the fuck out.
As if that.
They believe that's a real rule. You don't close the door on police. What? Bro, who told you? Who told you that? Who told you can't close the door on police? Bro, I don't know why police think they should have this. Everybody should just bow down to them, but they need to get over themselves and know that that is not their job. Their job is not to be authority over citizens who aren't doing anything wrong. Their job is to protect and serve the community by stopping criminals or apprehending criminals, not bothering citizens who aren't doing anything wrong or creating their own laws and rules that they go by, which is what they do. They don't do the right thing. They do what they want.
That wasn't bad enough. They got even more officers to barge into the house.
Okay. Get out. Okay. Get out. We don't want to be an issue. Name and badge number. Name and badge number.
Walking in this house. Like
name and badge number.
Every officer that enters his house while he's saying get out is trespassing. They're all trespassing right now, which is a crime. Like all the trolls say, well, trespassing is a crime and this and that and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, walking into somebody's private home and them telling you to leave, they don't have to have a reason to tell you to leave because it's their private home or private business. They can have whatever reason they want to tell you to leave and you need to leave. But it's funny how they don't respect that, but they'll enforce feelings of public when public employees in public buildings tell them that. Then they want you to respect. They want you to respect it, even though they don't have the power to tell you to leave that public building. In this situation, in somebody's private residence, and the owner of that residence is telling them to get out. They continue to break and entering, keep trespassing, keep coming in, and they have no respect for this homeowner. Criminals.
Name and badge number. Name and badge number. Name and badge number.
We make a lot of money. Look at them keep coming in. They keep coming in.
I want you to go. I'm not going to give any of you my information. You're not scaring me. I'm not.
Every one of these cops in this house right now is a criminal and has committed a crime. And they continue to commit the crime because they won't leave. And the fact that they're so comfortable breaking into somebody's house that's telling them to leave is absolutely insane.
Answer any questions. Please get out of my house.
You understand what we're here, right?
I don't care.
Get out my house. And then when you get irate or you get agitated and frustrated and you start screaming or you start raising your voice, they tell you to calm down, or that's when they escalated even more, even though that all of them are wrong right now. Every last one of these cops in this man's house is a criminal because he has told them to leave. He never gave them permission to come in, yet they're all in his doorway right here. The disrespect here is on another level, and it's insane, man.
While you're here, get the fuck out. Turn that off. Turn that light off.
Let me explain this to you.
Jesus Christ. There you go. You see. How many of you does it take to see? What do you want to look at? I don't want to hear what you have to say.
People you care about,
I don't care.
Then they tried claiming he had no right to not let them in.
What do you guys want from me?
This is my boss, sir.
Keep him away from me. I don't want you touching me, dude.
What's going on, sir?
Yeah, this is all.
Get out my house.
I have an internal affairs complaint on one of the sergeants, and now this shit happens. This is retaliatory. This is another one going to internal affairs.
They're definitely retaliating. They definitely are trying to intimidate him. Then you got this criminal back here. Look how crazy this looks right here. This man in the dark back here with fully masked up. Like they say, you're coming in here fully masked. I wonder if these body cams are on. This is crazy to me.
Telling you, you guys don't know how to fucking quit. Any of you. I want you guys to leave. I don't care. They don't care. They don't care. No one cares. We want you out. I don't understand. Like you guys can't take a fucking hint. You think you have a right to push my door in. Your cops pushed my door, hit me with the door right there. I'm unarmed. I have a fucking camera.
Technically, what you did could have been obstruction. You're on a lawful police investigation.
Then take me for it. I want you to take me for it.
I didn't observe it, but from what they're telling me. I'm just telling you, technically it is. Okay?
Then let's go. I'll take it to court.
Finally, the 9 officers went on their way.
Okay, so what do you have to figure out? What do you have to figure out?
If anybody was in need of assistance, man.
No. Does anybody need assistance?
I have zero need for assistance.
Perfect.
I'm trying to go back and finish watching this movie.
All right.
So can you
look how stupid he wants to be? Look how stupid he is. Look at his eyes, and what do y'all see when y'all look at his eyes? What do y'all see? Look, even his eyes. Like, what do y'all see when y'all look at this? This is a psycho. This is a psycho.
Please.
Nah, y'all got to see it. Look at his eyes.
Perfect.
I'm trying to go back
Psycho.
and finish watching this movie.
Look at all of them in the background.
So can you please?
Yeah.
Please, okay.
Look at him. Why? This is a display of, like Patty says, psychological manipulation. This is him. This is a weak man right here. This is a very weak man trying to seem powerful. Crazy, man. Crazy. I hate when it's so many weak men in law enforcement acting hard because they have a badge and a gun. And I think that's one of the biggest problems. Because you're not getting real, you're not getting men with like a heart, like, with courage and, honor. You're not getting that. What you're getting is cowards who hide behind the badge and pretend to be those guys, that's why you have the results of people like him. Terrible, man. You weak. Anybody who acts like this is a weak person to me. Anybody who tries to flex on somebody to whatever, just all the BS they do is, I feel like, is weak. It's not tough. You're not a big scary person like you think you are. Yeah, your steroids and you hopped up on steroids or you got the TRT and you just think you this and that. You're not. It's nothing. I don't see that as, you don't have real heart. It's a lot of them that just don't have real heart, and you can tell that everything they're doing is a facade because they have a badge and the gun on them. Very few times that I ever seen a cop who I believe was actually like that. Besides it, I don't think he would. It's very few cops, if ever, I seen that their actions, I would say that they would do those same actions without that gun and badge. Very, very rarely have I ever seen that, if at all. I can't even point to one where I've seen that. But look at this guy. Who's taking him serious without his gun and badge? Nobody. You're just a regular psychopath, and if you do something crazy, somebody gonna do something to you.
Okay, please go. Have a good day. Take care. Take care. Bye.
Have a good day.
Yep, go for yourself.
If you're wondering if they ever made it to the person in trouble, it turned out the call was from a hang-up line that doesn't exist. Very suspicious. Just as suspicious as this trooper who lied about what he saw in a guy's car to arrest him.
I could visibly see foil packs inside the center console and open it up as well.
But first, in March 2020, Dr. Paramjit Parmar was driving into his refugee center when he spotted a police car in his way and honked. Officer Justin Henderson of the Aurora Police Department immediately rushed out of his vehicle, pointed his gun at the doctor, and swore at him.
Let me see your fucking hands. What are you doing?
What did you say?
To send me a routine to.
You're on my property. Leave.
Stay in the car.
No.
With Galena.
You're in my property. You can get off it now.
It's your property?
I own it. You can get off it now.
Okay, can you show me?
I don't have to show you anything.
Okay, but you first off don't drive up on a police officer that's sitting there like that.
You don't swear at me.
Okay, well.
You don't sit on my property without asking.
I didn't know it was your property.
Please leave the property now.
Okay, well.
You're trespassing. There's signs that say trespassing.
What? I'm not trespassing on your property.
Please leave the property. I got stuff to do. Come on.
If the owner of the property tells you to leave and you don't leave, then you're trespassing. But he says he's not trespassing. But when a maintenance worker of a public building says somebody needs to stop doing something or they need to leave, cops feel like free citizens should listen to the maintenance worker. But when it comes to them in a situation like this, they're actually on private property and the owner is telling them to leave, but they don't feel like they need to leave because they do what they want to do. They don't do what's right.
Come on, be on your way.
No, I'm going to figure out whose property this is first.
Now it's the ego.
Get off the property. I got to unload crap.
Okay, well, we're going to figure out whose property this is first because I'm not taking your word for it. You know you're going in on the wrong way, too.
You know you're sitting in my property. What's your name? Jay Henderson.
Officer Henderson. So I also clear people off of your property all the time that are trespassing.
Right.
Once the officer saw Paramar put in the code and step into the building, he should have turned tail and left. Instead, he continued following the doctor around.
You're making it harder for me to serve your community. If you'd get off my property, I'd appreciate it. I got better stuff to do than to placate you on a Sunday night. I'm trying to do some work to help your community here, okay? You can leave now.
As if that wasn't enough, Henderson called back up to help him against the doctor's dangerous horn and tried to paint him as the bad guy for not rolling out the red carpet with a gun pointed in his face.
And he comes rolling in here like he's about to assault me with his car, and then he's mad at me that I cuss at him. Now he's videotaping me.
When the doctor continued to insist the officers get off his property, Henderson tried threatening him with an arrest.
Is there a reason why you came in the way you did, like you were going to freaking...
Do I have to answer your question? No.
That's actually, yeah, you do, because
it's easier to unload my car from this side.
It's actually careless driving.
When that didn't work, Henderson tried to pretend he was doing the doctor a favor by not giving him a ticket.
I could very well cite you for careless driving if I wanted to.
Go ahead, please do it. You got to move your other folks here.
It turned out that the good doctor had every right to stand up for himself.
Yes, you should write Aurora City Council. Yes, write your own city council. Give your money till it hurts. Give your time till it hurts.
A year earlier, Henderson had shot and killed a 22-year-old man having a mental episode. He was cleared of all charges. This time, he was suspended for a week without pay and ordered to go for de-escalation training. Drawing your gun because someone honked at you sounds absolutely insane. Almost as insane as the lengths this officer went to nail an innocent guy. In May 2023, YouTube user iYoung City got pulled over by Maryland State Trooper Cody Holder for speeding.
Mr. Henderson, how you doing, boss? All right, man, I'm Trooper Holder with the Maryland State Police. You're being audibly and visually recorded, okay? All right. You know why I stopped you? Sure don't. You know how fast you were driving? 35. Back here? Back here? Okay.
When he handed over his license, the officer tried getting his friend's ID, but he wasn't having it.
Do you have any ID?
Nah, you pulled me over. He don't need his ID. You don't need your ID. He pulled me over. Trust me, Black. You don't need. You pulled me over. You ain't got nothing to do with this traffic stop.
Listen, you don't have to identify yourself. Okay, I'm just asking if you would mind just giving me your name, just so I know who I am.
No, he don't.
That's all.
Here you go.
Instead of giving him a warning or a ticket, Holder ordered him out of the vehicle, and things took a bizarre turn.
Your friends will make this a little more complicated than it has to be. That's just his
Nah, his friends know his rights. What's wrong with you? He can't search my shit. He on though. He followed me since Canopy, right? Pulled me over to him like, cause he knew I live right here, so he wanted to pull me over before I get to the house. Nah, I'm stopping at my house, shawty. Camera 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what I'm saying? And I'm recording. And he about to go on YouTube.
It was soon clear what Holder was trying to pin on him.
I don't give you permission to search my car. You a tough guy, huh?
Exactly.
Get that shit off your own first before you try to act tough, boy. Nah, for what?
Yeah. Leon, juiced up crazy. Juiced up crazy.
For what?
If this is not criminal, so this is all ego at this point. He knows, look at his face right now. He knows what he's doing is not right. He's just doing what he wants because he feel like he can. Forget me doing anything honorable. What is honorable about what he's doing right here? Nothing. He's just juiced. He's juiced up, acting crazy. If he wasn't on his juice, didn't have a gun and a badge, he would not be going into a random person's car like that with the person standing right there. Come on, man. Crazy.
For what?
But I can tell you what he would do. He would try to bully somebody smaller than him. I can see that.
For what? Give me a reason. What you going in my car for?
I locked your car.
For what? You talking about traffic? What are you going in my car for?
Yeah.
What is he going in my car for? Give me the reason. Marijuana? Come on, man. It smell like marijuana. That's your excuse?
Oh, look how he just made that up off the back just to say it.
Okay. 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 Ooh, I love this. Excuse me, stop coming up to me. Stop coming up to me. Stop coming up to me.
He just won't stop. And this is all ego. He's doing this based on all ego. Just because he told his friend that he doesn't have to identify himself and defied his so-called authority. This is all ego at this point. He knows it's not right, but he just keeps going. He just keeps going. He can't let it go. His ego will not let him. And it's mixed with his ego and all the steroids that he's taking.
After breaking into the car, the officer began to search and search and search, but he couldn't find anything.
All right, man, you sit back in your car.
When he confronted the officers, they had nothing to say to back up the illegal search.
It says it smells like marijuana, right? Where the marijuana at? It ain't against you or you or you. You feel me?
It's against all of them.
Come on, man. Marijuana.
They just as bad because they watched him commit a crime, knowing he was committing a crime, and did not stop him. They're all on the same team. It's all they're all a part of it. All of them need to get it.
It's legal in July, bro. And listen, like I said, it don't got nothing to do with you or you. Marijuana is legal in July.
Stop trying to make them feel comfortable for allowing their fellow officer to break the law. They allow him to break the law and violate you. They all can get it. All of them need to hear this, and all of them committed a crime. It wasn't just the one who went into your car. It's the one who watched the other one commit a crime and didn't do nothing to stop him. They didn't say, "Hey, man, let's just go ahead and let's not take it there, man. Everything's good here, man. Let's just go ahead about our business, man. Let's go ahead," because they can see it. They know it's the ego thing right now, but they continue to let him commit a crime right in front of them. Those if cops are around that they see one cop committing a crime and being a bad cop, and they don't do anything to stop him when they absolutely could, they are bad cops. You're not a good cop if you watch somebody do something wrong and you just let them do it, even though you could stop them from doing it. That's not good. You're just as bad, if not worse, than them.
right? So if he did find marijuana in here, July 1st, they gonna what? They gonna throw it out, right?
But that's not the end of it. The man followed up the case and got the video on the officer's body cam where he lied to get into the car.
I could visibly see foil packs inside the center console, and it lit up as well.
Lying to get more information might sound like a dirty move, but officers do it all the time. YouTuber Clear Lake Community Watch, aka Mr. Watch, was out for a drive on July 20th, 2022, when he spotted a police car on the side conducting a traffic stop. Mr. Watch shouted a police slur at the officer and continued on his way.
The police!
He soon realized that the officer, Deputy Vega, had left the traffic stop and caught up with him to pull him over.
Down? Why do you pull me over?
I'll tell you that if you roll it down.
Why can't you tell me now?
Because the reason I pulled you over is you were yelling something from your car.
So what?
Huh?
So what? That's why you pull me over, because I'm yelling?
I don't know if you're in need of help or anything.
Oh, I don't need help. Thank you.
At first, Officer Vega pretended that he was conducting a welfare check. When that didn't work, he came up with something else.
Let me see your driver's license real quick.
I don't need help.
Okay, can I see your driver's license?
What for?
Can you use the turn signal when you make turns?
Of course I did.
Your driver's license.
You can hear the sound on the dash cam too.
Let me see your driver's license.
Seeing that Mr. Lake had a license to carry, the officer shifted his questions to guns.
I don't wish to answer questions.
You have to let me know if there's a weapon in the car.
There you go.
You not take the class?
I did.
Did they tell you you have to tell them?
When you demand identification, I have to display this. That's what they told me in the class. That's what the law says.
The officer wants to take the
And actually, if I don't display, there's really not much you can do because there is no penalty attached to that. I have to carry this if I'm carrying this. I don't answer questions.
Right.
So if you have a weapon in the car, then what?
You got one on your hip. So what?
But Mr. Watch was not interested. As if he wasn't getting tired of getting owned, Vega, ignoring the tightly wound windows, made yet another bogus allegation.
Do I smell alcohol in your breath?
No, you don't.
How do I know?
Because you can't smell my breath?
I smell something coming
Oh,
out.
really?
No, you can't. That's why the window now.
I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah, where are you coming from?
Huh?
Where are you coming from?
You saw me where I was coming
Oh,
from.
I saw you driving down.
Are you done with this?
I'm done with that, yeah.
All right, cool.
Where are you coming from?
I don't answer questions. I've already told you.
This is the face of an officer trying to teach someone a lesson. Unfortunately for Vega, the only person getting schooled was him. After keeping Vega waiting a couple of minutes, Vega came up with another made-up allegation.
I'm sorry?
Do you have insurance on the vehicle?
Yeah.
Can you show it to me, please? It doesn't come back.
So you can see this cop knows he's not doing the right thing. He knows he's not doing the right thing right now. But at this point, he's doing what he wants. So that's why I titled this, why not just do the right thing? Why don't they just do the right thing? Just do the right thing. The right thing right now is to leave this man alone and go about your business. But you don't want to do the right thing. You want to harass a citizen who, because of your ego, because he hurt your ego, now you want to try to display whatever false sense of power you think you have. It's just BS, man.
Of course he comes back.
Not on my system, it doesn't. Also, it's not typical behavior for somebody to be yelling out of the vehicle. Have you had anything to drink tonight?
All Vega could give Mr. Watch was a warning.
I've never met anybody quite like you that would yell at an officer doing their job. But
So
you have a great
let
day.
me
There's no
understand.
warnings, no fines, no penalties.
May I ask you a question?
Questions on there? There's the address.
Yeah, no, I have a question.
There's an incident
Can you get
number
your
on the thing
supervisor here, please? Is the stop over?
right- Stop is over, you may leave.
All right.
You don't exit until I get out.
Well, you said the stop is over, right? Okay, I'm not getting out. I will. Okay, there is no need to draw your weapon, man. Are you fucking drawing your weapon, you fucker? I didn't get out of the car. You told me that already. Yeah. Did I get out of the car? Go f yourself. Yeah. Right over there, you can.
That had to be embarrassing for the cop. The only thing worse is for an officer to scream like they're right, only to have a supervisor cut them down to size. In July 2023, Officer Blasher responded to a call about a bunch of people trespassing on a property. When they tried to show their IDs from their phones, the officer lost it.
Your vote that suspicion isn't a crime. We're in full uniform, Miss Lady. We're not doing nothing wrong. What do you mean this ain't a
She
uniform?
is not in full uniform.
She has it on her phone.
So what? I can get anything on my phone.
She has her badge, her name.
I don't care. She should have her badge around her neck. Give me the name. Okay.
And
Let
we
me
got
ask you
appointments.
this. Let me ask you
Can
this.
I get a supervisor?
If I call,
Can I dig in my pocket to grab my phone?
Sure, you can get your supervisors.
Okay, no, I want your supervisor.
Oh, I don't.
Well, can you call one?
I don't have one on duty.
What do you
right now?
D. Blasky.
Dang, she be lying. That's how quick you gonna lie. This is how you know that she knows she's not doing the right thing right here. She's definitely not doing the right thing right here. She knows she's just doing what she wants. And when you go to talk about the supervisor, now she want to act crazy.
All right.
Give me.
I'm gonna give you. You're gonna get what you gotta get coming.
When things weren't going her way, the officer radioed for backup, but lied about what was going on, not knowing one of the men had overheard her.
Make sure you tell them the right thing. You ain't doing nothing wrong.
I know you're.
I know you ain't doing nothing wrong, right?
I'm not saying you're doing it.
Right.
You can cancel that. I didn't say you're doing
Sure.
anything wrong, but I want you to identify yourself because you're going in and out of all these buildings. That's all I asked for, right?
Not even telling her to call her supervisor was enough.
This is why she doesn't need to be a law enforcement officer. Just look at her, ready to escalate.
Remained aggressive and combative.
We don't have to give
Go over that.
We don't have to
No,
give
you're not going to talk to me like that, young lady. Was your identification
You're not
and
gonna
who you
talk to me
work
like
for. That's all I asked for.
Miss Lady, and
Right.
I will
That's
give
all
you
I-
like my lawyer's number.
Calling her miss. Look at the vein in her neck, man. She is too stressed out to be doing this. What's wrong with her? She needs to get out the force ASAP. They need to get her out the force ASAP before she hurts somebody. Look at her.
Don't law though. Would you like my lawyer's number? Guys,
I am not speaking to you.
I'm talking to you.
Speaking to you. I will be looking
Why
at
you
you.
being so hostile, Miss Lady?
my face.
Because she's crazy.
Finally, her supervisor arrived and he sided with the workers, leaving her to eat her words. Ryan Speakman. On July 4th, 2023, there was a chase in Ohio.
But eating her words isn't enough. How is she, if she deals with people like that, how is she still able to, why is she not being fired? Why does it take them actually killing somebody for them to get fired? Or it's either they kill somebody or they severely injure somebody for them to be fired. If they violate somebody non-violently, it's a good chance that they're not going to lose their job, even though that the violation is still serious. If they don't actually hurt the person, like physically severely hurt them, or they kill somebody, they're able to keep their job and continue. They continue their job until they reach that point, till they actually seriously hurt somebody or kill somebody. That's when they may or may not be fired or suspended or whatever. That's what it takes for them to receive real discipline.
Between a commercial truck driver, Jadarius Rose, the Circleville police, and the highway patrol. Rose had been stopped by the police because his truck was missing a mud flap. He stopped but took off when he saw a gun aimed at him and called 911. Minutes later, he stopped and exited the vehicle, only to find himself surrounded by a whole bunch of officers shouting orders at him. But one order was way louder than all the rest.
Do not let them, don't release the dog. Do not release the dog with his hands up.
This order was directed at Officer Ryan Speakman. Speakman had just arrived with his canine and immediately shouted orders at Rose.
Police canine, you're going to get bit. Police canine, you're going to get bit. Final chance, you're going to get bit.
Before troopers could blink, Speakman sprinted across the greens with the dog and released it.
Sir, chief. Here. Down, here, next.
Sensing Rose was not a threat, the canine ran to the troopers first before Speakman ordered it to attack the unarmed man.
On the ground! On the ground! On the ground!
You're gonna do nothing wrong.
The troopers immediately yelled at Speakman to get the dog off Rose, but the officer didn't listen. Even with an officer holding down Rose, Speakman kept the dog's teeth on him.
He knows it's not right, but he's doing it anyway.
By the time the dog was taken away, Rose was in a horrifying state.
Can't believe it. And he sicked it. I'm gonna go ahead and say that the cop who sicked his dog on this man is racist, and he wanted to inflict pain on this man because he just didn't like him. I think it was because of his skin color. It's not every situation where a white cop is attacking or doing something to a black person where I think that cop is racist. But there are certain incidents where I, in fact, think that they are racist. Like sicking your dog on him and letting your dog continue to bite him is racist behavior that was done back in the day where they would sick dogs on black people and hit them with water hoses. I think that type of energy is definitely the energy that this officer came with. Now, the other officers there were telling him to get the dog off him, and he wouldn't listen, which is insane. The fact that, and they're still not good officers because they don't say anything to him about it. Like, what the fuck are you doing? You know, stop doing, like, go somewhere, like.
Speakman kept trying to justify his actions, but the troopers were not fooled.
I think it's pretty well. I think it's a justifiable bite. That's why they seem mad at me for it. He wasn't complying. I mean, am I wrong? Was that not loud enough? You said it 3-4 multiple times.
When they confronted him about not following orders, Speakman muted his camera.
Muted.
Hashtag stop muting body cam footage. You already know. Hashtag stop muting body cam footage.
Law enforcement.
Anytime they mute body cam footage, you know they're not doing the right thing. Because if you're doing the right thing, there will be no need to mute the body cam footage. It would only help you. If you're doing the right thing, having the body cam footage would only help you. It would only serve you if you're doing the right thing. That's why I always record, because I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm doing the right thing. So, of course, I'm going to continue to record because I'm not doing anything wrong. If I was going to do something wrong, I would stop recording. Or I would mute the body cam footage, or I would mute the footage or something.
Rose was taken to the hospital and later charged with failure to comply with it.
So not only did he was attacked by a dog, so again, they charged him, they doubled down and they charged him after this assault. After they victimized him, they charged the victim.
With an order.
Of course, these charges are going to be dropped.
He's gotten a lawyer and is revving up for the mother of all lawsuits. As for Speakman, he's been kicked off the police department without the dog. If you think that's the only time officers have attacked someone who was complying, wait till you see what happened to this unarmed guy. But before we get to that, Officer Dennis Turner, here's something you don't see every day. In September 2019, Kaya Roll, a 6-year-old first grader, was having a meltdown in school. During her tantrum, she kicked and punched a staff member. After taking the first grader to
a first grader, first grade, elementary school.
The principal's office, the school, Lucius and Emma Nixon Academy came up with the wise idea of calling the police. Enter Orlando police officer Dennis Turner. He'd been with the force for 23 years. After discussing with the principal,
okay, she's gonna have to come with us now.
Okay, Kai. We gotta go with them, baby girl.
Stand up.
Turner handed zip ties to his partner. The 6-year-old had no idea what was happening.
What are those for? It's for you.
Keep your hands, okay? Come over here, honey.
As the officer tied her hands behind her back, Roll started to sob.
No, I want it, no.
Turner then led the 6-year-old out of the office and marched her through the school as she screamed and pleaded.
Tell me what happened. Okay?
I don't want to go to the police car.
He ignored her pleas as he lifted her into the car and shut the door.
This is a first grader. I think he's, what he said, 6 years old. 6 years old. And you putting him in a police car.
I don't want to.
And do y'all think he would do the same thing to a 6-year-old white girl? Y'all let me know in the chat if y'all think. And if y'all do think that, that may be true. He might be that's creepy behavior to begin with. Why is you taking a little girl and put her in the back of your squad car, bro? I don't care what color she is. Why are you doing that to begin with, man?
No. Please. Please. Please.
Officer Turner returned to talk to some teachers who were very upset.
Yes. And if she was bigger, she would have been wearing regular handcuffs.
He boasted that he'd arrested kids before.
The youngest I've ever arrested was 7.
Disgusting.
And he was stealing out
How they look?
Albertsons and thought it was a joke.
I can't believe he actually said that. Why are you arresting 7-year-olds, man? 6, 7-year-olds. What's next? 5-year-old, 3-year-old for throwing the tantrum, bro. They 7, not even a preteen, bro. A 6-year-old is crazy. A 7-year-old is crazy. A 6-year-old. Why haven't you evaluated yourself, man? And I'm just gonna go ahead and say it's something about him with little kids. No way a grown man, a sane grown man is trying to arrest a 7-year-old. No, what man is gonna do that? Besides somebody who is just a wacko. Like you just, something's up with you, man. You trying to arrest what kind of sick fetish do you have to put 7-year-olds and 6-year-olds in handcuffs and throwing them in the back of your squad car? What disgusting, what is going through your mind? You terrible, man. Just traumatizing children.
All the rest of the kids are crying and he's laughing. So that's the only reason he went to jail. He didn't think it was serious.
The school thought she should be coming right back, but Turner had something different in store for the 6-year-old. He took her to the Juvenile Assessment Center, where she was charged with battery, fingerprinted, and even got a...
So now this 6-year-old has a criminal record, and it's in the system now for throwing a tantrum. A 6-year-old. This cop couldn't think of a better way to handle a 6-year-old. How is he a cop? How is he ever a cop? How is he, bro? What, as a man, how do you deal with this? How do you deal with yourself and look yourself in the mirror, knowing that you do stuff like this? You know, This type of stuff, man. I just
a stool for a mugshot. When Roll's grandmother heard what had happened, she immediately took to the airwaves, and the story spread like wildfire.
Investigators say the 6-year-old and an 8-year-old were both taken into custody yesterday on unrelated charges. Now, Orlando police are launching an internal investigation into this case.
I said, what do you mean she was arrested? So there was an incident and she kicked somebody and she's being charged and she's on her way. She's arrested and she has a charge. She's charged with battery. She has a medical condition that we're working on getting resolved. So he says, what medical condition? So I said, you know, she has a sleep disorder, sleep apnea. He says, well, I have sleep apnea and I don't behave like that.
The state immediately dropped the charges against the 6-year-old, and her record was expunged.
The criminal process ends here. I refuse.
Well, at least you got people with some sense. You know, what would you, how can a judge look at a 6-year-old child with assault and battery charge? Like, come on. You really want to take that? He really took them to jail. Disgusting, man. Disgusting.
Refuse to knowingly play any role in the school to prison pipeline at any age.
As for Officer Turner, he was fired, and the department has been sued for $50,000.
On behalf of myself and the entire Orlando Police Department, I apologize to the children involved and their families. We could not fathom the idea of a 6-year-old being put in the back of a police car.
Getting tossed out for arresting a child is bad enough, but it's nowhere near as bad as what Officer Rodriguez did.
Hold on, y'all. So not only it wasn't just that 6-year-old. So they trying to. That's what I don't like about them, because they'll try to act like they want to do the right thing. But what happened with the 7-year-old that he said he arrested? And what happened to the 7-year-old? He said he arrested and put in cuffs and all of that. What happened to the 7-year-old? Because this cop seemed like he has a fetish with locking little kids up. You know, I don't know what's his problem, but that's, bro, a 7-year-old, a 6-year-old, and an 8-year-old. How do you feel comfortable putting them in handcuffs and not just talking to them? Like, what? Bro, you need to call their parents and let the parents deal with that. Why do you gonna put them in handcuffs and like?
To an unarmed man, Matthew Rodriguez. Jaquan Smith's day was not off to a good start. The 19-year-old was in the Warren Police Department jail after being arrested for charges involving carjacking and possession of weapons. But his day was about to get much worse. Smith was in the fingerprint room with Officer Matthew Rodriguez awaiting fingerprinting. The two appeared to exchange words when suddenly Rodriguez attacked the teenager and just wailed on him. Two officers rushed in but did little to stop Rodriguez from punching the teenager in the back of the head and slamming it into the ground. And Rodriguez wasn't done yet. After dragging Smith from the floor by his hair, Rodriguez bundled him out and threw him headfirst into a holding cell, slamming the door behind him. Smith suffered a number of injuries from the assault.
There were no broken bones. He did have, there were contusions. There was the head trauma from being, the blunt force trauma from being slammed into the concrete, from being punched in the face, which was another head trauma.
This wasn't the first time the Warren police officer had been accused of using excessive force, but it would be his last.
No one's above the law, including Mr. Rodriguez, who took an oath of office, and as such, he will be prosecuted just as anyone else would be prosecuted. But it gives a black eye to all law enforcement, and it gives a black eye to the ones that try to do their best every day.
Rodriguez was fired from the department and charged with misdemeanor assault and deprivation of rights. Smith has sued the department for a whopping $50 million. Officers can do really foolish things in the heat of the moment, but what happens when they pull dirty tricks on purpose to get people in trouble? Courtney Brown and Christy Wilson. There are many things you can use a coin toss app for, but you'll never guess what these officers used it for. In April 2018, Sarah Webb was speeding to work when she got pulled over by Roswell police officers Courtney Brown and her partner Christy Wilson. Webb was apologetic and tried explaining she was running late for work.
You know how fast you were just going, ma'am? I'm so sorry, I'm late for work.
But the officer wouldn't hear a word of it.
So you could go over 80 miles per hour on 92? No, ma'am. You have your driver's license and your insurance card? Turn off the car and pass me the keys, please.
After getting Webb's license, Brown headed to her patrol car. Then she revealed something unexpected. She had no proof Webb was speeding.
I'm gonna take her probably for reckless. She flew past me going probably 80, 85 on 92 in the wet road. She said she's running late for work. I had to get up to 90 to catch her. I mean, I don't have any speed detection, so at the same time, but...
Brown and Wilson couldn't decide what to do next.
What do you think?
So these law officers decided the only way out was a coin toss. Yes, you heard that right. Brown handed her phone to Wilson, who opened a coin flip app, and the two started speaking in codes.
Who's that?
A head, R tail.
Okay.
The two officers giggled, hearing the digital coin. Wilson told Brown that it was tails.
This is tail, right?
Yeah.
Clearly not the first time they've done this, but instead of releasing Webb, Wilson had something else up her sleeves and mentioned the number 23.
So really,
23.
Brown replied with the word, which seemed like another code for arrest.
Michael Jordan? Hi.
Then the two giggled as they came up with charges to arrest Webb.
So I got too fast for... Let me write this down.
Too fast for conditions.
Is it reckless?
Yeah, you can do reckless. And then speeding. And you're just going to have to mark the pace one instead of the...
I mean, either way, the speed limit here is what, 45?
Yeah.
She was going way...
Yeah.
I mean, because I haven't done one like speeding like that, so that's why I'm a little bit unsure.
Webb was expecting a ticket and was shocked to find herself in cuffs.
Why would you find out? Step out of the vehicle. Turn off your hands behind your back. Because, ma'am, you're driving entirely too fast for conditions. You put a lot of people's lives in jeopardy, okay? Can you do me a favor and step in front of my vehicle, ma'am?
What line?
She cried all the way to the station, not quite believing what was happening.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I really have to be at work. Is there any way I can just pay a ticket?
She had no idea a coin had determined her fate. It was when the video got out 2 months later that Webb realized she was the butt of a very sick joke.
They're very degrading and rude and mean. I was very angry and upset. It just hurt to know that, you know, these people are supposed to be looking out for you, and it was a game to them.
Both officers were fired from the police department and charges against Webb were dropped. One thing with body cameras, they always catch officers saying and doing stupid things. Just like when Officer Bogard was caught saying the most shocking things. Officer Joseph Bogard. In September 2017, Columbus officers confronted Timothy Davis at a convenience store over multiple arrest warrants. When he refused to comply, the officers beat Davis till his pants fell off.
Put your hands behind your back. I'm not doing this. You ain't complying, bro.
6 officers finally pinned Davis to the ground,
Yeah,
face down,
that
but
kid.
they continued to punch and electrocute Davis with a taser. By the time Davis was cuffed and arrested, he could barely walk and had to be dragged away and lifted into the police van. At the station, Davis was carried inside to be charged and booked. Davis' assault was so brutal that when he appeared in court, his face was still busted up and he couldn't walk. Davis suffered kidney failure and had a couple of broken ribs. A cell phone video of the assault went viral and the community was outraged.
I'm fighting for all of us, black, white, brown, poor, Muslim, Christian, it doesn't matter. You ought to be ashamed of yourselves.
That video was horrible.
So we're giving you 7 days to explain this video to the citizens of Columbus.
Investigations do take time, unfortunately. We don't have everything available to us at the moment. 7 days is a stretch to get an investigation done.
But it wasn't just because of the excessive use of force, it was because of the shocking comments one officer made over his body camera.
What are we tasing for? Why don't we just choke the life out of him?
I think they did for a while.
Good.
That's the voice of Officer Joseph Bogard, and that wasn't even the worst thing he said that night. While paramedics looked Davis over, he began gasping for air and calling for help.
Oh, stop it.
Not only did Bogard brush it off, he laughed and made even more shocking statements.
Then maybe you shouldn't have fought like an asshole.
I can't breathe, sir.
You got the probes out?
Yeah, it's exhausting, but I'll try.
I'm a little aroused at this, Davis. Just so you know, he's one of those guys that I'd have to choke him.
Yeah.
You'd have to put him out.
Yeah. No, I got
You don't have to fight him. You have to choke him. Yeah. No, I'm gonna real armbar you, and then when that still doesn't work, I'm gonna choke the life out of you. And then while you're drooling on yourself.
Bogard hadn't even been there during the takedown. He'd only shown up after the arrest, but this talkative mouth landed him in hot water. Bogard was suspended.
The officer's been relieved of duty, taking his badge and gun away from him until we know whether or not those comments reflect the type of behavior that he exhibits out there on the street.
She corrupt. You know, for her to say that, come on, man. Listen to what he's saying. She's saying, oh, we have to check to see if his words match his actions when he's telling you what he would have done. No, sir.
Towards our citizens.
As for Davis, he sued the department for excessive use of force and won a $225,000 settlement. If you think getting caught by your camera is rare, watch as one officer is caught literally red-handed by his own camera. Marco Burke. Body cameras are supposed to catch perps in the act, but sometimes the perps are the ones wearing the badge. That's precisely the case of Marco Burke, a Middle Tennessee State University police officer. Just after midnight on May 10th, 2018, Burke was directed to respond to a car crash involving a reckless driver. When Burke arrived, he found an abandoned vehicle. After a brief sweep of the vehicle, Burke returned to his car and reported nothing unusual going on.
Just the vehicle is unoccupied. That's it.
But before the end of his shift, he was placed under arrest and charged with 5 counts of theft while working. Why? Well, the car was bait, and the cameras it had captured Burke in a compromising position. But this story had started months ago when an AR-15 gun had gone missing from a police locker. Suspicion fell on Burke, but he denied it, so the police chief set up a sting to catch him red-handed.
Was he going to report these items as being part of the inventory of things taken from that car?
They'd hidden $1,100 in cash and bottles of OxyContin filled with sugar pills in the car and set up hidden cameras. But it was Burke's body camera that sealed his fate. It captured him rummaging through the bait car and picking the items that had been planted.
Then Burke also grabs $1,100 cash and another bottle of pills.
Moments later, he returned to his squad car where you hear the sound of shuffling papers, possibly counting his ill-gotten loot. That night, he was forced to explain to his wife why he wouldn't be coming home.
I got caught up in something.
I got caught up in something and I got in trouble. I know what I did. They did a sting and I got caught. I'm so embarrassed. Again, they're not doing the right thing. If you would have just did the right thing, you would have went home that night to your wife and still had your honor. Now, you know, this is not the only criminal cop, but a lot of them act like criminals. They just don't get caught. He was just dumb enough to do it on camera.
I had trouble. I know what I did. He did his thing. And I got caught. I'm so embarrassed.
Burke ended up pleading guilty to 3 felonies. It's hard to fight when you filmed yourself with your hand in the cookie jar. Justin Augustine, Lieutenant Rick Byron could not believe his ears.
What'd you say? What do you mean you're f***ed up?
Officer Justin Augustine had just told him that he totaled his cruiser because he was trying to pee while driving. Not something anyone in their right mind would do together, but he could see from Augustine's bloodshot eyes and slurred speech that he was just the right amount of drunk to do those two things together. Back at the station, Byron found Augustine exchanging words with officers.
He needs to. Yeah, Augie, come here. Let's go out here in the garage.
He was not cuffed, and he was armed. Once he'd been disarmed, Byron told him he would be going to the hospital to take a test, but Augustine refused.
We're going to go down to a drug and alcohol test down at the hospital, you and I. And you don't need all your gear, so. All right. What else do you got on you? You got a pocket knife, huh?
I'm done.
What's going on, though? Tell me what's going on, bud.
I'm done.
What do you mean you're done? You're going to go with me to take the test, Augie? You're refusing it? You don't want to do that.
I'm done.
As the officer tried to find out what was wrong, Augustine became more and more argumentative, even swearing at him.
Don't play this game with me, bud. I'm trying to help you out here.
You ain't do shit.
Well, I can't do stuff. I'm just doing what I got to do, Augie. It's my job. If you want to leave, go ahead and leave. All right, let's go. Let's go. Come on, Augie. Don't do this, man. It ain't worth it.
Then he headed out of the station ready to go home. But when Byron asked him if he was okay to drive, Augustine's attitude did a total 180 and he broke into tears.
Are you okay to drive, brother?
Yeah.
Seriously, I'm worried about you.
Yeah.
All right, well, get going then. Do what you got to do. All right? You need to get it. You need to relax. No, huh? What'd you say? Who is? You just wrecked a cruiser. It's not the end of the world. I know it's not the end of the world. We can do this, Augie. If you just go down and take the test like we're asking you, if you do that, then we can at least get that cleared to where you can come back to work.
Byron tried to convince Augustine to take the test, but Augustine walked off.
Of course, you're not gonna take the test. He know he drunk. You know he drunk. Everybody know he drunk.
To break down again.
Seriously, Augie, I'm trying to help you, bud. Huh? What'd you say?
Look at this big baby, bro. After you done got drunk and wrecked the cruiser, now you out here crying. But when it comes dealing with the citizens, you all turned up on 10, acting like man, get out of here, man. Care about your tears.
I don't want to. What'd you say? What do you mean you're fucked up?
Yeah, you did.
Alcohol, pills. What are you talking about?
All of it.
Huh? Okay. All right.
All of it.
All right, Augie.
Then he did a 180 again and swore at Byron.
Help me understand, Justin.
What the fuck?
You talking about just in the head? Huh? We don't need to do this, Augie.
What?
Come on. We don't. Why are you doing this why are you doing me like that?
Augustine later admitted that he drank earlier that day.
How much did you drink?
For real?
You know he's going to want to do a test, right?
When Byron told him he wouldn't be driving home, Augustine flew into a rage.
Well, I can't let you drive the car home unless we test.
Do.
What am I going to do?
Yeah.
Is that the way you're going to do this? You're about to get yourself arrested, bud.
For what?
What do you mean? What am I going to do? I can't let you drive. So you try to get in that car, I got to stop you, and then you're going to start fighting with me. What is that going to do? Huh?
Byron finally convinced Augustine to return to the station while they decided what to do with him. Augustine was so wasted that he literally fell off his seat several times. Eventually, an officer had to hold on to him to keep him seated. He resigned from the force, and after the investigation, he was found guilty of handling a weapon under the influence and operating a vehicle while under the influence. He was sentenced to 1 year of probation, 177 days of suspended jail time, a $300 fine, and court costs. Getting your car totaled and losing your job.
So is suspended jail time actually meant he had to spend time in jail, or what? If anybody can answer that. What is suspended jail time? That's the first time I heard that. They say he had 177 or 117 days. Yeah, 177 days of suspended jail time. I don't know what that means.
Time, a $300 fine, and court costs. Getting your car totaled and losing your job in one day is insane. But this wasn't the only time an officer has driven around drunk.
Does that mean you got to curse that time or what?
I'll make sure you don't fall.
But before we get to that, Nate Meyer, a shocking scene occurred in East Mississippi, Colorado on 29 March 2019. There were fire service trucks and several Aurora police officers on standby, and it all revolved around one patrol car. Two people reported seeing a car parked in the middle of the road with the engine still running. In the driver's seat sat Officer Nathan Meyer. His foot remained.
So how come he didn't get a DUI on his record? All he got was, hold on, let's go back. So any normal citizen would have a DUI and probably a charge for destruction of some type of property if they hold on. I got it.
August
Arrested, bud. Your car, I gotta stop.
Finally convinced wasted, keep him handling a weapon under the influence and operating a vehicle.
So handling a weapon under the influence, how is that not a felony? If isn't that a felony or something? Operating a vehicle under the influence. So is that DUI? Because for some reason their wording is differently.
While under the influence, he was sentenced to 1 year of probation, 177 days of suspended jail time.
And I think that, well, he probably couldn't get. It's a reason why he refused to take that test. And I think that's what made that charge different.
$300 fine and court costs. Getting your car totaled and losing your job in one day is insane. But this wasn't the only time an officer has driven around drunk.
I'll make sure you don't fall.
But before we get to that, Nate Meyer, a shocking scene occurred in East Mississippi, Colorado on 29 March 2019. There were fire service trucks and several Aurora police officers on standby, and it all revolved around one patrol car. Two people reported seeing a car parked in the middle of the road with the engine still running. In the driver's seat sat Officer Nathan Meyer. His foot remained on the brake, and he was dead to the world around him. A health emergency or a gunshot wound? Officers on the scene racked their heads, wondering what could be wrong. But when they tried to disarm him, they were instantly hit with the unmistakable odor of alcohol.
He's good. I got his belt. Where's his duty arm?
We got it.
Okay.
Meyer wasn't injured or hurt. He was just drunk. He remained unconscious as they got him out of the car. He was then transported to a hospital and later sent home. But if you thought that this disgraceful event would end with Meyer getting any charges, you'd be in for a surprise. The department's chief, Nick Metz, labeled the incident as a medical event and brushed it off as cops being exposed to stress.
No charges for an Aurora police officer found passed out, drunk, and armed behind the wheel of his cruiser in Aurora.
Body cam footage from the incident shows that several officers switched off their cameras when comments about Meyer being intoxicated were made.
He's a little intoxicated.
So there was no evidence to press DUI charges against Meyer, which irritated the DA.
I'm frustrated because, bottom line is, if one of us had been in that car and not Officer Nate Meyer, you ask me, do I think it would have been treated differently? I do.
However, during an internal affairs investigation, Meyer submitted his hospital report and his blood alcohol level was stated as 5 times more than the legal limit. He later admitted he'd gone home and drank vodka in the middle of his shift, but he had no memory of the incident until he woke up in the hospital. The only punishment he faced was getting demoted, but he still works at the police department. Covering up a drunk officer happens a lot more than you'd imagine, but it's a lot harder to do when the drunken moment is caught in 4K. Oscar Mayorga, on July 4th, 2022, a couple...
Man, they need to be tested for steroids. They need to be tested for all type of drugs, man, because they definitely be on something. There's no way that normal people are just showing up like they do 110 and just, nah, that's not normal. but they definitely need to be tested for steroids. And not only do steroids make you even more aggressive, but they cause you to perceive things differently than you would off of steroids.
People in Lake County, Florida saw a patrol car run a stop sign and swerve across the road. They immediately called the police.
All over the road, stopping in the middle of the street, off the road, running stop signs. A lot of stuff going on.
It didn't take long before a responding officer spotted a squad car driving erratically. When he pulled the vehicle over, he immediately spotted an officer with the Opopka Police Department, Oscar Mayorga. He'd been with the department for 5 years. As the officer got Mayorga out of the car and disarmed him, Mayorga gave a plausible reason for his behavior.
Any other weapons? No, but I'm supposed to seizure. You're prone to seizures? Okay, I'll turn my lights off real quick for you, all right? Here, let's just lean against my car real quick, all right?
Mayorga slurred his words and explained that he was on his way to clock in for his shift. Throughout the exchange, Mayorga could barely hold himself up.
It's all good. I'll make sure you don't fall. It's all good. I'll make sure you don't fall. All right? Seizures. Here, you want to sit down? You want to sit down? Here, you can sit down in the grass if you want.
One officer was not convinced that Mayorga was having seizures and went to have a look in his car. He soon found a better explanation for Mayorga's strange behavior. The officers confronted Mayorga about their suspicions, but he continued to claim he was on medications.
Did you do anything to celebrate today, man?
No, sir.
No? Listen, man.
It's
better to be honest. In our profession,
I took a lot of Benadryl.
Listen, in our profession, you know it's best to be honest, right?
No, I know. Okay, no, I know. I took these Benadryls.
There is a open container of alcohol in your vehicle. Have you been drinking at all today?
No, that's maybe 3 days old.
Okay.
Paramedics were called to check him out, and that was when Mayorga finally admitted what he'd been up to that day.
I had 3 tall boys.
But he refused any sobriety test for the most unbelievable reason.
I'm going to ask you again, are you willing to perform standard field sobriety exercises, man?
If this is going to put me in jail now.
Well, that alone doesn't put you in jail. You should know that.
No, he know. The reason he not taking it is because he know. We saw what happened to that lady who was completely sober and passed all the tests, and she still went. They still sent her up the road. So no, he know the game.
You're just trying to go home?
Work.
You're trying to go to work right now?
Yes, sir.
Your condition, you're definitely not going to go to work right now.
He made one last plea as the officers took him in.
I am really just begging you. I don't want to go to jail. Well, hey, we're gonna detain you and we're gonna figure it out, okay?
I know you. How you gonna be that scary? You don't want to go to jail, and you sending people to jail every single day. That's crazy. What do you mean you don't want to go to jail?
Still working?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm working right now. You all right? Yeah, I'll call you when I finish. All right. All right. All right.
Go ahead. Don't get a resistance. No. Of course not. No, of course not.
They conducted a breathalyzer test at the station, and his blood alcohol level was almost 5 times the legal limit. Mayorga's supervisor arrived and couldn't hide his disappointment.
Yeah, you can pretty much guarantee that. Takes our shoulders from the
He was later charged with driving under the influence and placed on administrative leave with full pay. Driving drunk in a patrol car is terrible, but at least he didn't run around screaming about being a cop to everyone who could hear, like this next officer, Sarah Mooney. Around 9 p.m. one night in November 2022, Orlando Police Department officers were called to a collision. 31-year-old Sarah Mooney, an officer with the Opopka Police Department, was the first person they met. From the first words out of her mouth, it was clear the officers would be in for a difficult night.
Okay, anything on you, guns or anything? No, not at all.
Mooney continued to swear as the officers tried to find out what had happened.
If you guys are good to go, if you want to, whatever you want to do. I'm talking to them. If you're law enforcement, you know better than to be talking to us like this. Then you know better than to be talking to us like this.
They decided to approach the person who was not swearing at them and didn't reek of alcohol.
Do you have your license, registration, everything? I do. Okay. I'll be right back. Just get that together for me.
The man quickly took the officer through the events that had played out that night.
What happened?
So I'm pulling off of the ramp. Obviously, like the road closed. Slow down to a stop. Look back, and I see headlights. But
You're in this lane. What?
Coming off of
coming
the
off, okay.
off ramp, and it's closed. So I see headlights. Like look over, and I don't even see headlights.
He'd been rear-ended by the woman, who immediately told him she was a cop. But he had managed to get the most shocking part of the confrontation on his phone.
I'm a cop. You're good.
Hey, excuse me? Obviously, like idiots didn't lock the door, but whatever.
No, no one expects someone to do it.
Right now. I need you to hit my car right now. Don't come at me, ma'am. Nothing.
I would ask you.
Nothing.
I would ask
I'm
you.
a cop.
That's the driver's side?
That's right here.
Yeah, right here.
Why she at? Is that the driver's side? Don't you see the steering wheel right now? How do you not see the steering wheel right here? That's why I hate when cops ask stupid questions and don't know how to just do simple investigations or any type of detective work. Like, what? Stop asking me stupid stuff like that. Is this the driver's side? You see me sitting on the driver's side. You see her open the door. You see the steering wheel right there. And then you still ask me a dumbass question like, is this the driver's side?
Okay.
Mooney had come around to his door, pulled the door open, and pushed his arm away when he tried to close the door. When the officer returned to Mooney and asked her to get her things from her car, Mooney was outraged.
Why are you doing this? Doing what? I don't want you to get hit by a car. That's honestly the truthful reason. I always walk people across the street. So am I.
She then gave her version of events, claiming that she was the one who'd been hit.
What happened with the crash?
So I was coming in here and he hit me as I was coming in.
Where's your damage?
Front. I don't think there's even any damage to it.
None of the officers bought her little story, but Mooney continued proclaiming her innocence.
As far as her giving me a ticket, I'm a law enforcement officer.
Okay.
So he literally ran into me as I was coming off, like driving here. He hit me.
I feel you.
The only issue was that other witnesses said she'd been swerving recklessly.
I mean, you know how it works. We have an independent witness that you don't know, he doesn't know, that says differently. It says they saw you.
He's a fucking last one.
Why do you think that?
Because he yelled at me the second I got out of my car and went up to him and tried to talk to him.
Realizing that the cards were stacked against her, this officer of the law decided to brainstorm on how she could get back at the man she'd hit for not being nice.
So as far as him not being nice,
what?
How do I go about challenging him?
For being nice?
No, like we literally met each other right here. He was not the nicest person. And I feel like he's doing this because of where we're at right now.
Once the officer informed Mooney that the man didn't need to be nice to her, he told her she would be getting a ticket, which seemed to confuse her all over again. And she became combative, demanding to see the witness.
But you're giving me a ticket for what?
For careless driving, because you caused a crash.
How did I cause a crash?
Your vehicle that you were driving hit another vehicle.
No.
So you're saying that I hit his vehicle?
That's what our independent witnesses say. I wasn't there.
Where is
She
the
wasn't
independent
there.
witness?
They already left. We just left it on the. We got a sworn statement from them, and then we have them on body camera saying that what they observed.
You have a sworn statement right now
Yes,
saying
ma'am.
that someone else said that I swerved into his white car.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
But Mooney did not know the ticket was just the tip of the iceberg. Her bizarre behavior had raised red flags.
So while we've been interacting with you, myself, other officers, the witnesses, they've been able to smell the odor of alcohol on you, your speech, your bloodshot eyes, your mannerisms. Okay, so we have reason to believe that you might be under the influence of drugs and/or alcohol. Okay. So at this point in time, I am conducting a criminal DUI investigation and a battery investigation as well.
Sure.
Okay. So I'm going to read you your rights. I understand you know how this works. Okay. I need you, when I ask you these questions, I just need a verbal yes or no to make sure you understand what I'm explaining to you, okay?
Okay.
As the officer asked her questions about what she'd been up to, Mooney was evasive and wouldn't give a definite answer.
Okay, where are you coming from right now?
From not far from here.
Not far from here? And what's not far from here? Where exactly? Winter Park area?
Yep.
Okay. We're in Winter
What's
Park.
Orlando?
Park.
Orlando, Florida.
Even saying what she'd had to drink was like pulling teeth.
How much have you had to drink tonight?
What do you think?
I'm asking you.
Mooney also denied confronting the man and couldn't explain why she kept announcing she was an officer.
Why did you tell him so many times that you were a cop?
I'm not sure.
Even a simple question about her drinking level flew off the rails.
On a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being completely sober and 10 being completely drunk, what do you think you're at?
I've not drank.
So obviously you have to.
Can you drink though and still drive and not be under the legal limit? Can be under.
You can't. Okay, that's not what I asked. That's not what I asked you though.
Mooney refused to take the sobriety test, but it was dawning on her that she wasn't fooling anyone, and she soon found herself placed in cuffs. In the back seat, Mooney began threatening and swearing to get her chief involved.
Do you know how the Orange Tag Joe works?
Sir, you didn't give me
like this. You're going to get safe booked, and you know how that goes. Okay,
sir,
we're trying.
I didn't do anything to be safe booked.
You're under arrest. The way you're acting is
for what? Okay. For what?
For DUI and battery.
For what?
Okay.
Battery on what?
On the person you hit.
Who?
Okay.
I didn't hit anyone. I didn't hit anyone. Who said it? Because you're gonna catch charged for this.
It seems her chief didn't come through because not only was she charged with first-degree misdemeanor of driving under the influence, battery, and false imprisonment, but she was also suspended from the police force without pay. If found guilty, she'll face up to 5 years in prison. You might think that only young officers use their position to escape trouble, but just like Mooney, this next officer can't stop reminding everyone who he is. James French. In the early hours of 12 March 2023, an officer spotted an unmarked city-owned SUV speeding and swerving between lanes. He caught up with the vehicle just after it pulled into a private residence. The officer barely got to the car before the driver slid out and introduced himself.
Drunk?
No, Captain.
Huh? A what?
Captain.
A what? The big, don't reach in your pocket. Get back in your car.
Undeterred, the officer ordered him back into the car, where the man continued to repeat that he was a captain.
You've been drinking tonight, sir.
I'm a captain of the police department.
What police department?
Oklahoma City.
And he was James French, captain of the Investigations Bureau of the Oklahoma City Police Department. The only thing was that this officer didn't care who he was. He was not impressed by French's continuous motions that he turn off his camera.
So that's when this is what you call, this is when you have a good cop, the one who's not afraid to call out the bad cops. So this guy says he's the captain or whatever, but this cop doesn't care about that because he wants to do the right thing. So here you have a cop doing the right thing, in my opinion, in this video right here.
How much we had to drink tonight, sir? Huh? I'm not turning my camera off.
Tried to hashtag stop. He tried to, hey man, go ahead and mute that body cam footage real quick. No. Hashtag stop muting body cam footage. Shout out to this cop for continuing to film this.
Okay. Realizing that this officer wasn't going to play ball, French started answering questions about how his night had gone.
How much we drink tonight, sir?
I was at a poker game.
Because you were swerving all over me when you turn up here. You didn't use your signal.
I'm sorry.
How much you drink at your poker game?
Not much.
Not much? How much is not much?
I don't know.
Beer? Liquor? How many beers?
3 or 4.
French agreed to go through the various field sobriety tests, but barely made it through the first one before stumbling.
You may begin.
1,000.
He immediately resorted to pleading to the officer to turn off his camera.
Sir,
I cannot, sir.
Please.
I know you're aware of our body cam policy. You know I cannot turn off this body cam.
French changed his tactic when the officer refused and begged for a one-on-one chat.
But I'd like to talk to you.
I can't do that, sir.
Please.
Again, the officer turned him down flat. This time, French reminded the officer of his position in the force.
I'm asking you. I'm a captain on the police department.
I understand that, sir.
It didn't work. Instead, the officer snapped at him.
I am a sergeant on this police officer, and I've taken an oath to uphold the law. I don't show favoritism to anyone, regardless. I don't care if you're a gangbanger or the president of the United States.
Sir, I'm not asking you for that.
After a few more failed tests, 55-year-old French was arrested and taken into custody.
That's a good cop right there. There you go.
Yeah, we'll turn the camera off now.
Thank you.
He was booked into the Oklahoma County Detention Center and placed on administrative leave with pay while the department investigated the DWI incident. But this wasn't as bad as when an officer ran a red light and almost caused a crazy accident.
So I think basically nothing happened. They doing the investigation. What are they investigating? What is there to investigate when you already know he was drunk? He's drunk driving. What's the We don't get that. If you drunk driving, you drunk driving. What further investigation do you need other than either a breathalyzer or a blood test? But you obviously knew he was drunk because this cop got arrested. I'd be surprised if something didn't happen to the cop who actually arrested him versus the actual chief, or I think, what was he, a chief or the captain? That's crazy. How did he just, he's on administrative leave with pay. Drunk driving, man.
Administrative leave with pay while the department investigated the DWI incident. But this wasn't as bad as when an officer ran a red light and almost caused a crazy accident because he had a little too much. Michael Roadside. Troopers responded to a fender bender in Monmouth, New Jersey.
This woman is at the Monmouth Rest area saying that one of your troopers just was involved in a motor vehicle accident with her. Ma'am, is he injured?
No, but I think he's been drinking. His shirt's all hanging out.
Is he in uniform?
His uniform was turned inside out. His belly's hanging out.
At first, it looked like an officer had already beat them to the crash. Then they realized that the patrol car had rear-ended the other car. The responding officer immediately approached the patrol car, and the officer gave a rambling statement about what had happened.
I had a prostate surgery. Okay. I'm on anesthesia right now. I'm trying to get home to send a message. Okay. I will pay for her, whatever. That's a joke. Okay. What happened here for Vermont? Like, I can't, I gotta get home. Okay. All right, fair enough.
This is Michael Roadside, a 28-year-old veteran with the force. He was supposed to be working on a construction detail, but he had a different day planned for himself. Roadside also claimed that the crash had happened because the driver had stopped her car abruptly. But the 50-year-old trooper reeked of alcohol, and he had a cardboard case of Coors Light, and 2 open containers were later found in his cruiser. But when the officer approached the car's driver that had been hit, she had a different story to tell.
How you doing?
Not good.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, it was crazy how but I don't, he's just reporting on this. He's not going into, detail and, everything like that. That's why I'm doing this, because nah, bro, he can't just skip over that. This man was driving drunk and all they did was give him administrative leave, paid leave. Come on, man. And talking about they investigating this. Come on now, y'all know what that means.
You okay?
Recon 7134, we're back in business.
This guy, he got out of the car, I broke his shovel, his uniform's inside out. I got out of the car, he told me, I'm like, are you going to call the cops? He's going to take care of this. He said, I'll take care of it.
Kimberly Wilson had been sitting at a stop sign when the patrol car ran into her. She also had some juicy bits that Roadside had left out.
Also, when I pulled, he was in the gas station, I was getting gas.
Oh, back there?
Yeah, he was in front of me.
He what?
He was in front of me.
Okay.
And he stopped right in the middle, and so I had to back up and go around them. And then I came up here, and when I stopped for the light, for the stop sign, I didn't hit me. He said, I'll take care of it. He says, I'll write your check for $1,000. I said, are you a cop? He said, yeah, I'm a cop.
Learning that Roadside had offered her a bribe not to report the incident put a whole new spin on the accident. After being placed in the back of a cruiser, Roadside kept telling the trooper that he wanted to go home, but the only place this drunk was going was to the police station. Roadside was later found to have a blood alcohol level of 0.16, which is twice the legal limit. He was charged with driving while intoxicated, careless driving, and having an open alcohol container in a vehicle. He was also suspended from duty without pay. At his court appearance, Roadside confessed to drinking 9 beers. He pleaded guilty to drunk driving, and the other charges were dismissed. He got no jail time. Instead, Roadside was ordered to pay a $386 fine and fulfill 12 hours at a resource center for intoxicated drivers. His license was also suspended for 7 months. Austin
Wow. Wow. So since he wasn't the chief of police, they were more harsh on him, but still not harsh enough. He didn't serve no jail time. License only suspended for 7 months. That's it. And he had to pay a $385 fine. That's light. He does have a DWI on his record, but maybe we don't even know if it's how that actually works. But well, the law work a lot different when you're in law enforcement versus you just being a normal person. But y'all, I'm gonna stop it right here, y'all. We've been going for a minute, and it's getting pretty late over here. Yeah, it's crazy. So we can finish this, later on today, and I'm gonna check out Official Misconduct's channel later, and see what Joe was talking about on there. But I appreciate you. We're going on over 3 hours right now, so I'm gonna wrap it up right here. So again, this was crazy. The point of this was just, why not just do the right thing? We constantly see cops just not do the right thing. They do what they want. So a lot of these videos none of these videos would be here on the internet or whatever if cops would just do the right thing. Just do the right thing. You honor your oath. I don't see what's so difficult about just doing the right thing. And stop treating regular citizens like criminals. I can understand some of what they do if it was towards, like a criminal who, was actually bringing harm to a neighborhood or murdering or actually doing real crimes. But for them to be handling regular citizens like they do, knowing they're wrong, and they just do it anyway because they want to terrorize people and they want people to bow down to them, whatever, is absolutely, you know, it's ridiculous, it's disgusting, and they need to. Oh my goodness, why you keep calling me, man? No, not answering. Anyway, they need to just do the right thing. That's the big thing here. Why not just do the right thing? Daryl says they swore an oath to the communism and Satan, not the Constitution. Well, they definitely not doing the work of God, because you know the way they go about doing things are extremely wicked. But yeah. Hashtag stop muting body cam footage. I appreciate y'all. I'll see y'all soon. And we'll finish up this video, and we'll also check out the video that Joe was talking about on Official Misconduct channel. So with that being said, AWBM out. Hashtag stop muting body cam footage. I appreciate y'all. Everybody be blessed. Spend time with your family. Love your family. And yeah, just do the right thing.